Hey guys, welcome. The Mega64 podcast is here, back again. We took a little bit of time away. You know, Twitch, they forgot about us. Let's just explain what happened. We knew that Twitch was going to start coming down on a lot of these channels, you know, and they're looking for anyone causing a ruckus, causing mud.
Yeah.
And we pulled a Sopranos play. We said, all right, you know what? Let's take a week off. Let's give all our viewers over to Dr. Demento, or what's his name? Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Let's let all the viewers go to him. Lightning rod effect.
Give it to him, yeah.
And the heat came down on him. It's like Tony Soprano, Uncle Junior type situation.
Oh, I saw that.
Let Uncle Junior run the family.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more like Rocco. The final scene is Sopranos. He's Tony Soprano, and we're the guys. You don't see it, but we're the guys that come in with like the AK, and we like annihilate everybody in the restaurant. We get Tony, Meadow, Carmela. We shoot them too.
Kill the whole family. Kill the servers.
Derek's explaining. I mean, I don't personally acknowledge the version of
we all know that's how Sopranos actually ended. They just don't show it, but we know that's what happened.
David Chase said it.
Well, what you're talking about though is I think we all agree how it should have been. I don't know what the cut to black was.
They drop a nuclear weapon on the Bada Bing. It's fucking
a lot
crazy.
of directors don't understand, and let me just give some directing tips for people out there. What a lot of directors don't understand is you've got to show it. Don't leave it up to your imagination.
Free advice,
That's
guys.
not filmmaking. Imagination is not filmmaking. You got to show everything and explain everything. So, I think we're all on the same page. We should have seen the bullets fly.
I want to see
spraying out. I'm talking blood-soaked onion rings. It should have been like a Mortal Kombat fatality. Just
rip that diner in half.
Like the
guts.
I agree.
All over the tater tots.
And then you see, right, that's a great jumping off point, Rocco, but then you see the killer walk up with holding the gun, and their hand reach down and picks up a bloody onion ring, and it's Dr. Melfi, and they go, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Consider your appointments concluded.
Big
Yeah.
You could just say I analyzed that.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better. Analyze that. Oh, I love that. But then she's got to say that, and then she's got to notice the camera and look at it and be like, "Oh, I'm Dr. Melfi, bitch." The doctor is in.
The doctor is in. You're gonna get billed for this session.
God, I wish we would have been on that show instead of whatever.
Sopranos. I heard they're making a prequel to Sopranos. Have you heard this?
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah, David Chase is writing it and directing it and all that.
Yeah,
Tony's son plays.
It's that the actors are going on TV promoting it a little bit here and there.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know if it was delayed or not.
Well, it has to be.
I've heard that James Gandolfini's son plays Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
In this
at like
prequel.
age 15.
He's like a younger looking.
Wow.
Yep.
You know,
That's super cool.
I've seen pictures of it. It's weird.
Really?
They nailed it.
That's
I mean, he
awesome.
looks like younger Tony. They nailed it.
And this is an HBO joint.
Nope.
Oh,
legit movie.
Oh, movie.
Yeah, it's it was Saints of Newark, and then it was retitled just Newark. But I feel like they've changed the title a bunch of times. This is something I would not care about if it wasn't 100% a David Chase joint.
Yeah,
like,
that's what makes it.
He was the one that came to that. He's like, everyone's asking for more Sopranos. I'm not looking to do more Sopranos, but I do have a mob story in the 60s. So it's going to be with that family and all that. Wow. So if it's something he believes in, then I'm interested. If it was just HBO doing you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be, I don't know. But anyway.
Well, on that note, I guess theme
song. No. That's a lame note to go to the theme song on. We got to do something way cooler than that.
What was cooler? Okay.
Act out a Sopranos scene.
You
to
do it.
Kick
you
it off.
favorite scene.
Your favorite one. Come on. What do you choose?
Favorite Sopranos scene. Kick off the.
I like
with
Janine Garofalo. Bukyak.
I said no cursing in the first 5 minutes.
That's
no matter the language, dude. A lot of people speak. Fuck it.
All right, theme song.
We lost him.
Derek didn't survive the theme
Oh,
song.
here he
There we
is.
go. We got him.
Well, the
Am I
horseman's
here?
back.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh man.
I can't see you guys at all.
Everyone was
we
saying
see
that
you
you
now.
got my internet. Is this what I look like?
Yeah,
No.
I must be.
Sorry.
I apologize to all the Italians who heard that opening.
So I apologize. Yeah, I shouldn't have said what I did.
And it was a very sensitive word, and he sincerely apologizes. It won't happen again.
It's not. Don't laugh. It's not funny.
It's not
not
funny.
funny.
It's not funny. Don't laugh.
Anyway, how's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah,
we didn't do Mega64 this week, and we didn't do the podcast before that,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Father's Day.
I think
Yeah.
people probably really missed us. I'm just
Probably.
gonna assume
Probably.
that we were definitely missed.
I think the break was a good thing for me because I'm getting this impression. I want everyone watching this be honest, no sugarcoat. Listen, I say stuff to the audience. I don't sugarcoat. I don't butter it up. I don't expect that in return.
Okay.
I think the viewing audience is a little bit sick of me.
Oh.
Because I've been on every stream over and over, even during all the quarantine. It was just my face. Everyone was staying home, but I still came to the studio. I think people are looking for like a day off from me.
They had a week off from you. What are you talking about?
I think they're looking for that. So you know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm making this sound ominous.
I come to Mega64 to get me some Bodhi.
Yeah. If it's not you, then
I want everyone. I want all you guys.
I think you know what? I really was intending this to get a little bit of honesty and put me in my place.
Okay, well-
it ended up kind of a fishing for compliments situation.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Now
I'm
I'm
giving it to
feeling
you.
a little bit douchey. So now I'm sick of myself. I'm gonna
Well,
take
Rocco,
myself.
let me tell you.
Self-fulfilling
Personally,
prophecy, you know?
It
That's
was. No, it really
Ron
was. It
Burns'
really was.
secret right there.
yeah, Rocco, I'll tell you, I'm sick of you,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the fans love you. You know.
Someone in the chat says maybe check out a Bud Dwyer bit. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
That's a.
I'm going to research that and do the best job I can. I don't know what that means, but I'll do the best I can.
Rocco, I think if people were sick of you, they would put up some sort of sign.
Fucking,
A sign.
I've got nothing else to say.
Yeah, they would just make it just well known. I don't know.
All right.
Don't put that out there. Let them give it to you.
Hey, listen,
WWE
I
shit.
said that story about this was on Mega64, so I will clarify.
a little recap.
I brought up that sometimes at a store I will say, if there's confusion, like, for example, I went grocery shopping, they were limiting everything to one per person. And there was nothing saying that. So there was mass chaos confusion at the registers. So I said, you guys should put up a sign that says that. And they looked at me like, you fucking out. Oh, put up a sign. Yeah, fuck.
Smart ass.
Kind of thing. And it was like, I'm just trying to help. But I've said that exact thing a few times. And it always pisses workers off. And so I asked, is that a douchey thing? I actually got a actually pretty close to 50-50 response.
Really?
50% said, if there is a lot of confusion, I don't think that's a bad thing. And then the other half said, Karen Bodie. and
That's just so popular
And the people
now.
who called me Karen were like, hey, it's not up to those workers. You need to ask for a manager. That's who could do it. But then if I ask to see the manager, I'm definitely Karen. I can't win.
Yeah, you know what you just gotta do? Just put it back and not say anything and just buy your shit and leave.
No, you know what? Take
no.
things into your own hand.
That's not
Go
acceptable.
down to the arts and crafts aisle, get out some paper and
Yeah,
crayons.
I made you a sign.
Make
Here
a
you go.
sign. Get the
Yeah,
tape.
just show up with one. That's
You could use. Here's the trick. If you don't know this trick about stores, you can use anything in the store as long as you don't leave with it. You don't have to pay for it. So just use up some construction
point.
paper, some
Yeah.
markers,
Yeah.
some
That's called
tape.
sample.
Yeah, tape the sign up, make it pretty for them.
Yeah, dude, put like glitter on it and flowers and stuff.
Just
and, like,
know
he
that
spent
you
some
did-
time on this sign. He
Exactly.
clearly cares.
Exactly.
I don't know where our viewers are from, if they're from weird places all over the world, but in America, you're allowed to sample the merchandise before you buy it. That's
Have
Yeah.
a sip. Have a taste.
Come
eat
on,
it.
how many times did you eat a piece of, food or something in the grocery store and you
Yeah.
put it back? Easy.
Especially if it's a big bin item, like in a grocery store, it's just in a big barrel with the lid on top. That's
Oh, yeah.
sampled country right there.
Have at it.
I think when I was a kid, I did do something once, and I felt so bad. You know, they have the you pour it into a bag and weigh it kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I did do that when I was a kid. They had that for like M&Ms, and I took one.
Dude,
and I was like,
of course.
and I felt like I killed someone.
When I worked
I
at the
shouldn't have
grocery
done
store, I walked by the Jelly Belly aisle every day and just little handful on my shift. Pop, pop, pop.
You know,
I'm putting these boxes away, boss. I'm gonna walk down this aisle again. Root beer, butter popcorn. Ooh,
back in
That
the
going
old
to the
days,
Jelly Belly aisle, boss? I'll take it.
yeah.
Seriously, that's what I did. That's what I did.
when I would shop with the kids, I'd always like get a thing of grapes, and they'd eat the grapes as we went, and then they'd weigh the grapes later. It's like, well, we definitely ate.
Oh yeah,
There are signs that say you can't do that in the store, but those signs are un-American. Eric, communists put those signs there.
I mean,
Eric's mentioning there's signs that you can't take the food. Signs don't mean much when you're a kid and you can't read them, bro.
also, my thought was like, do you want my kids to be
Sorry,
loud,
dog.
obnoxious, or just be quiet and eat grapes and you lose, 3
Jesus
cents?
didn't read English, bro. Neither do I.
Yeah. Aramaic, Badur. Check it out. You speak that over there, Texas?
No.
Aramaic? You know, Mel Gibson wanted to make The Passion of the Christ unsubtitled.
Oh,
The original plan was to let the language just be what it was.
Okay.
And let the images speak for itself. Do you think he made the right
would've
decision or wrong decision?
It would've
Table,
worked.
Go ahead.
Oh, is there an option of I don't care? Is there a
Well, all right. Well, guess
That's an option.
All right.
is that a choice?
That's a
I
good
choose that
option.
one.
it's always an option.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to talk about a good movie. And
I did not like that movie.
killed.
So far, I've
I was
shit on
killed
Rocco
like Christ
tonight,
right
and
on the
now
cross
Shawn
in front
has
of
shit on
everyone.
Rocco tonight, and so only Garrett and Brian are left to shit on Rocco tonight.
Damn.
I won't do it. I remain.
I dare you.
No,
Yeah.
Switzerland. in this.
I think that would have been cool. I feel like I would have got the story, whether it was in English. Honestly,
I'm with
I
you.
don't remember any of the dialogue from that movie, anyways. So
I do.
It's
What was
important.
the, what was the
when I
wittiest,
carried you
most
or
badass
whatever.
line from Passion of the Christ?
Stop.
It was when I carried you. He does that whole monologue. I don't know.
Ouch,
Stop.
Sean. Stop.
Yeah, that was definitely the best line.
Yikes!
Oh God. Oh man. I think the best line was Jesus Christ.
We talk about the Passion of the Christ a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, what's
We
like-
did- do
what
we?
podcast
I think we
doing that?
brought it up earlier this year.
I go on the. I mean, I don't know where Mel Gibson stands at this point. But,
Not well.
but
Rocco.
not. I'm gonna say not well. But
Well, he has a movie coming out. Isn't he starring in some movie right now?
I don't know.
I think he is. Yeah.
I thought he just did something else that was terrible, like
Yeah.
a new
Yeah.
thing.
When Winona Ryder was saying stuff about it, or somebody
Oh,
had a bad experience.
Mel
But
Gibson. We need Mel Gibson updates on this podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
But back when I saw that, I know that movie didn't quite land, or whatever you want to say. It wasn't everyone's cup of tea. I
Yeah.
liked that movie though. I couldn't point to another movie like that, and I thought, well,
it was,
that was
in
an
this-
experience.
For me, it was like, this is a great sequel, not sequel. This is a great follow up to like Apocalypto. It was like, this is the type of movie.
It came out first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
well,
think- okay.
in
Can
the
I cut in
vein
for a
of it,
second
then
with-
I guess Apocalypto was like a great follow up to that, to where like I see that as his filmmaking style, and I respect it for that. But I like Apocalypto way better than Passion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The latest Mel Gibson movie, he plays an ex-cop who goes to Puerto Rico during the hurricane to like rescue a bunch of Americans down there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And apparently it's incredibly racist. From the headline of this article, I just
what do you know?
pulled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he direct it, Derek?
No,
I don't know, but I
don't think
actually
so.
like, I kind of want. I am always down for a good Mel Gibson, tacky, makes Mel Gibson look racist movie. Hell yeah, I'll check out Force of Nature.
Force of nature. Wow.
That's what all
Because he's
the,
a cop dealing with nature, so it's force of nature. Do you guys get that?
Yeah, well, Hurricane Maria was Force of Nature.
That's true.
And that's where the movie's set. So it'll probably be like a modern day history lesson too. You'll learn a little bit about what it was like being in Puerto Rico during the hurricane from Mel Gibson character's perspective.
from Mel
It should be
Gibson's
fun.
perspective.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, about as fun as Gran Torino, I bet.
Oh, that was.
I know. Just Clint Eastwood directing himself as racist characters
Yeah,
seems to be all the
cool.
movies he makes too now.
Yeah, fun. Anyway, yeah. So we hadn't been on here. We hadn't been on here in a while.
I know.
I'm trying to think of what even happened.
Well, Last of Us 2 came out.
Last of Us 2 did come out. So
Rocco, you beat that game so fast that it made me think that was a short game. But I don't
that
think it's a short
game is not short. No,
No.
I just really committed to doing nothing but that.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to I didn't want to go into the week like people telling me about it. I did the same thing with the first one.
Yeah.
When the first
You streamed that, though,
when
right?
the first I recently, yeah, not when it came out, but when Last of Us 1 came out, it was right before we were heading to SGC. And it was like, yo, I am not going to a gaming convention having not beat this game. It's going to be everyone trying to talk to me about it. I ain't dealing with it,
Yeah.
And I played it, and it was about a 15-hour game, and there was not much time before we left for SGC, so I did not sleep. I was like, no, I'm beating it. I don't want it spoiled. I don't. And it tired me out. I went into SGC exhausted. And then when I got there, everyone there was like, don't spoil it. Don't spoil Last of Us. No one there had time to play it before they went. So it was like, oh, I'm the only one.
You were the only one.
I was
yeah.
the only one there at that whole convention that I knew of that beat it. I was like, oh, all right. This one is about 30 hours. It's
30
a
hours.
much longer game. I think when I beat it, I didn't do any extra stuff. Mine was about 25, 26. We're not going to spoil it. No spoilers on this, but I had 26 hours when it was over.
Yeah.
So it's a much longer game. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
I thought it being such a way higher production value PS4 game, they would have made it even shorter, honestly, because it's like, all right, it's so bombastic with how much work they put into the details. It would have been as long or shorter, but no, it's.
Do you feel like it's
way
work
longer.
at that point, Rocco? Because you're just trying to beat it so you don't get spoiled. But I feel like you're rushing so much that can you do you sit back and enjoy it while you're doing it? Or?
I didn't rush it at all. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I just went into it like, yo, the next few days I don't have anything else I need to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. I played it till whenever I went to bed. I woke up, kept playing it. It was just a couple days of that.
Right.
And
It's the most like
but
a
I wasn't
movie.
like go. Oh, come on, get through that. No, it was. I played it until it was done. That was it.
It's the most like a movie experience I've played in a game in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cinematic.
Yeah, it's the closest I felt in a long time to Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's one long ass cutscenes that are it's like, wow, I feel like I watched a movie. Yeah, it's that, and also putting your main characters through pretty horrific shit.
Yeah.
Where Metal Gear Solid 4 was kind of like the Passion of Snake.
Yeah.
Kind of, This kind of feels that way a little bit again. And what's funny to me, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I did a whole, because I could talk about it for a fucking hour.
Yeah.
But I did
you
that.
did a stream.
I did a video on my personal channel where I went on about it for it's seriously like 45 minutes. So watch
awesome.
that. But that video was, I felt like I had an equal amount of things I liked, things I didn't. But I overall liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much what I said in the video. I overall liked it, and a lot of stuff didn't connect to me or didn't land for me. I kind of didn't like the first half that much, but it came around in the second half. And yeah, so in that video, I gave half praise and half just like, here's
pros
what
and cons.
Here's what I feel like didn't work. And I was told this week, this is kind of upsetting.
Uh-oh.
I was told that I'm on a list
Oh.
of video game influencers who are doing damage control to praise the game no matter what. I was told by a couple people, they saw me on this list. it was me and like Donkey.
So
your
Naughty Dog
integrity.
came to you and said, "Yo,
Yeah,
you
like
got
I'm trying to
damage."
look, like I'm trying to do right
How
by.
do you wait? Can I question you about this? How do you
Sure.
how do you get on this list?
You have to say the game is good.
Okay, is this like a government list or who made the list?
God, I don't know. I'm praying that I can fly when this is all.
Yeah,
you know.
hopefully there's no restrictions.
But I've been told I'm on this list of people trying to do, seriously how they worded it, damage control.
Wow.
I don't know.
Damage
I don't know what they
control?
think. if they think I work for Naughty Dog. I don't.
Is that what it means to be on the list? You're like employed by Naughty Dog? I'm trying
like I'm trying to look
figure
good
out the significance of being on the list. Did some person write you down on a piece of paper and now you have powers? Or
he gets
what
a
is
check.
the list?
He gets a check signed by George Soros every month for praising
to say Last of Us 2 is tight.
Last of Us 2, yeah. He says he likes
So
Ellie.
it's like a post-it note of people to like send checks to because they praise Last of Us.
It's just so funny because the most positive thing I said was overall I liked it. But the video I put up is like seriously maybe majority like kind of picking it apart like I don't think they should have done this. I think this could have been done a little bit better, because honestly, there were parts of this game that a lot of it I did feel like this is the first game again, but the main character's in a worse mood. Like you go to your friend's house to have fun and they're in a pissed mood and it's like, oh, this is fun last time that came over. Maybe I should have stayed home. Half of that game, I kind of felt that way. But again, I thought they brought it around into something pretty. Again, I'm just gonna say, whether things worked or didn't work.
Sure.
I think the thing I want to say at the end of it is they took some risks in it, and they could have phoned this game in and sold 1 billion copies. But I appreciate that they took some bold risks in it.
Okay.
That was my overall review, is that, not everything worked, but man, they gave some good risks. But those artists, man, who worked on that game, the artists and the people who designed all that stuff, oh my God, you guys should all get a raise.
Oh.
The most visually impressive game I've ever played.
Yeah, it is.
Ever played.
It shows how much overtime went into that production because it is beautiful.
Wow. So anyway, that was my review. The more time has gone on, I've thought about it more and I've appreciated it more. Like, wow, they fucking I can't point to another game like that. It was good. I didn't like it as much as the first one. But
I'm only like 6 hours in, but I can agree with you where I even have some things where like, all right, there's some cons to my pros.
But I did think they turned it right by the end for me.
Garrett, you gotta get more positive. You're not gonna get on that list. So
shit, yeah.
I haven't played it yet. I did get
it. It's a good thing to be on the list, Garrett. Or is it a bad thing? I don't know.
Can I be
I'm
reimbursed?
Thinking it's bad, so I don't know.
It's bad.
Can
Well,
I
I think it's cool that
reimbursed?
you're on the list. That's cool.
I mean, if I'm on the list, I shouldn't have had to pay for the game, right?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
No. Full disclosure.
I'm a Bill
full
Naughty Dog.
Disclosure. Naughty Dog did send us, I think, the Last of Us art book once. They did. They sent us.
Well, that was for the last
game.
game.
They sent us a little gift package like 5 or 6 years ago for game days.
Oh, okay.
Because they were like, hey, you want some giveaways? And they gave us Last of Us art books.
That's awesome.
So I guess I do owe. I guess I do. I was.
You're in their
guess
pocket.
I am in their pocket.
Dude, that was like
knew it.
2016
I've got a
pocket.
stack of Last of Us art books. I know. I shouldn't have.
Did Naughty Dog make Crash Bandicoot and Tony Hawk?
Not Tony Hawk, but
that was Neversoft.
The original Crash Bandicoot.
That was Neversoft. Okay.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot. All right.
I will say our friend Javier did give me the game. I was given this game.
You got hooked up?
I did. Yeah. That's true.
I didn't know that. I bought it.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
the homie artist that we know.
Okay, well, I want to say I haven't played this game, and nobody's given it to me, and nobody's given me the art book, and I'm sitting here like a dumbass, twiddling my fucking thumbs.
Yeah.
So I have no opinion because I guess, nobody wants to hook me up.
Well, he did say, here's the code, happy birthday. So it was a very
It's a birthday
nice
gift.
It was a very nice gift.
Have you started it yet, Shawn?
No, I have not started it yet. No. But
how am I supposed to influence people? This just calls my influence into question. I can't have that. So
I know. It's okay.
I'm protesting Toulouse 2. The Last of Us 2. I'm a conscientious objector.
Toulouse 2, goodbye to you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's right.
I should add to that, in addition to all this media, this kind of,
Sure.
We're being full disclosure. I am not a game reviewer. You should always ignore my review. Like my takes on these games are pretty fucking stupid most of the time. And I don't ever claim otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm looking at stuff that is like, oh, this will be fun for a video. I'm looking at these through different eyes. This is not like Giant Bomb where or some site where we give it a score. I'm not good at games. I fucking love taking it in and looking at, wow, look how pretty all this is. I mean, I'm not like playing this the same way anyone else is. So my review is always going to be stupid.
And I'm going to take that a step further. Rocco, you're not a game reviewer, and neither is anyone else criticizing you. So
I don't know.
I don't know about
Good
that.
point.
I don't know about that. The list
maybe
might be.
we
I don't know
shouldn't
who
care
sanctioned
so
it.
much about what anybody thinks about Last of Us 2.
But even like
What if
Donkey,
they have a blue check mark?
But
though?
even Donkey,
Maybe
his
Does he have a
review.
blue check mark?
Donkey?
Yeah. Oh, see, you got to listen to him.
Donkey, like he'll put the video out and he'll actually say, you know, dunk. He calls it a dunk view. That's his
Dunk view.
review. But
Okay.
I don't even do that. I just talk.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think people know our personalities and they know the type of games we play and we talk about all the time. And then we're always just very truthful if we've played something and liked it or
Yeah.
I don't play stuff I dislike because I'm not a reviewer. I think that would be a terrible job. I would hate to have to sit and play stuff that I don't have any interest in.
I never really wanted to be a reviewer because I realized that. I'm like, I would have to play Madden and stuff. I don't want to do that.
But also, video game opinions are not a very important thing to begin with. So
True.
why should we harp on people so hard about them? Like,
It's a job. Yeah, I mean, it's a job review. I mean, I don't know. When I was in junior high, that sounded like a cool job, but I got older and it was like,
yeah.
That's
Well, you
good.
just think of like a totem pole of all the most important things in the world. Video game reviews are like really towards the bottom.
yeah. There's more
That's
more important stuff to do, I guess. But
Filmmaking.
But some people who will really have an interest in journalism and writing and stuff, they have a place to do it. That's cool.
Print
but
is dead,
That's not
man.
for me.
Yeah, that's not this show.
You jumped into the video age feet first. And here we are today. Aspirations of video
And look
game
at us now.
reviewing.
Yeah. I'm playing more Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I'm almost beating that game.
Oh, yeah?
I know it's old, but that game is so beautiful. It looks incredible still. I really am excited for the next one on the next system. That's gonna be crazy. So yeah. Oh, that and then, dude, my fucking kids are all about Turtles in Time right now. That is like all we're playing.
Did that come out on Switch?
No,
You
it's
guys-
not on Switch, but I maybe modded my Super Nintendo Classic back in
Have
the
you
day.
beat it? Do you guys beat it?
No, we can't fucking beat it. And I forget how you do the saving thing on the classics. I forget what you do.
Save states?
You hit
Yeah.
the reset button.
Yeah,
What?
hit the reset button.
Hit the reset button. And it takes you to the menu and you just hit A.
I think you're lying to me.
Nope.
Rocco.
No, it's the reset button. It'll take you to a menu where you can access save states. I think.
Yeah. It takes you to the menu and then there's a little floating thing and then you...
Did you change the UI? Did you change when you modded it? Did it change the user interface? Like it's different
No,
now.
all it did was add another icon of a folder next to it, and then you go into that folder, and it's the same layout and everything of just different games that I
then
added myself.
It'll work the way that they're telling you how it used to work.
Yeah, because
So how far do you get in Turtles in Time?
we got to the pirate ship.
Oh, that's
Level.
hard. That's
Yeah,
hard.
it is hard, and it was me and Lennon playing together, so it was I'm doing the heavy lifting. I'll say it.
Pretty close to the end. I used to play that game as a kid.
Yeah.
And I would be upset if I didn't beat it in like one sitting. But I get pretty far. You die a lot in that game.
Yeah, it's a great game though. That game rules. So
Did anybody else ever play that game when they were younger?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the Turtles related games were not very fun to me, but like I grew up with the NES Turtles game.
Yeah.
That game is fucking masochism.
It's so fucking hard.
Oh my god, yeah,
So
swim
hard.
through the seaweed
I don't
that
know.
might shock you.
No.
I have PTSD about that. I can't even think about that.
I still can't beat that game or play it to this day. But Turtles in
Oh my
Time
God.
on Super
It's so
Nintendo,
good.
that was one, that was back in the era when you would beat a game regularly, like
Yeah,
over
Turtles
and over and over
Turtles
again.
in Time was good.
Yeah.
I dug that.
yeah.
Beat it in an afternoon.
Yeah. They've been putting out actually just recently. NECA has been putting out some dope like figures from that game.
Oh, from Turtles,
like Turtles
in
in
Time.
Time, where they kind of make them look like 16-bit,
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And they just, I think it was I don't know if it was a Comic-Con exclusive or some exclusive that they're doing, and they painted, it's one of the turtles, but they painted a skeleton. They painted the turtle to be a shocked skeleton, like he's going like that.
Oh,
Don't you get
yes.
shocked in that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like that. They painted, it's just like one of the turtle body figures, but they painted him like a skeleton, like
That's great.
he's getting shocked, and I thought that's so cool.
There is a part in that game where you fall down into a sewer, like you fall down, and it says this cave is creepy. which I always thought was like funny, but also dumb. Is like, would they live in the sewer? Why is it creepy?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's our home.
You know, that's funny. I didn't realize it came from that because me and when I was a kid, I would hang with my cousins all the time, and we always played Super Nintendo games. And every time we would go into whenever I was hanging out with my cousins, if we go somewhere and the lights weren't on or something, they would always go, "Oh, this cave is creepy." And we were quoting a game, and I didn't realize it was that until right now. I was like, "What game was that?" Okay, anyway,
Holy shit!
this cave is creepy. Anyway.
Yeah, when I modded my Super Nintendo Classic, I didn't want every game. That's just too much. I just wanted the games I had when I was a kid. So once I got like those like 10 extra games, I was like, I don't need that's all I need.
It's funny that the Super Nintendo Classic had really just about every game that personally that I played. The most. I mean, I had more than what's on there, but the ones I played the most were on that, except there's one more Final Fantasy it's missing. Final Fantasy 2 or 4 or whatever, and Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, everything I wanted was on there. Oh, it didn't have all the Donkey Kongs though, huh?
No, I added the Donkey Kongs.
Okay,
I added Virtual
then that was
Bart
missing
because I
too.
loved that game as a kid. Although that game fucking sucks, and Turtles in Time was pretty much it. That was all I wanted. That was all I wanted. So, anyways, that's all I've been doing.
Whenever I'm on a console like that, I'll Google search like top 10 games or top 20 games and try to find some classics that I'd never played growing up. So when I did the regular Nintendo, I'd never played NHL Hockey, which is probably the best Nintendo game of them all, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that game.
that was a fun game. I was never into it growing up, but I
never once played that growing up. I played Super Dodgeball, and this one was kind of reminiscent of that.
Yeah,
it's a good solid hockey game, and then it had a fighting mechanism.
Yeah.
So I didn't mod my Super Nintendo, but I would have to look up like a list of classic games, make sure I have all of them, even if I've never played them before.
They kind of just stopped with those classics, huh?
Yeah.
Genesis
In
one
all honesty,
was the last one to come out.
no. TurboGrafx just had
After
one.
Genesis?
And, yeah, and here's what's funny. The PlayStation, so Super Nintendo game, that was the one I felt like people were amped on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NES set it up so that the Super Nintendo could spike it.
Yeah.
And then I really feel like PlayStation poisoned the well. That came and it was like, oh my God, and it's $99 and it's this and it's that. And it was such a bad experience. And I feel like it was one thing too many. And people went, oh God, how many of these are we going to get? Because then they announced the Genesis one, then they announced whatever. And what's a shame is the Genesis one. I was going to ask if anyone here got it.
No.
The Genesis one was legit. It was like the games are all like the best they've ever looked, and the interface is really well done. Like it's really well. And Genesis was never one of my favorite. I was always a Nintendo guy.
Yeah, me
but
too.
It has a lot of great games on it, really well done. And then the TurboGrafx one that just came out, it's a lot of shit that I did not grow up with and a lot of obscure stuff. But it's really well done. Like, and it's a shame. Like those came, and I feel like everyone was like kind of done with it at that point.
But
like,
I think
the PlayStation 1 poisoned the well. It took it from nostalgia to cheap really fast.
Yeah, it was like one, because people were starting to go after Super Nintendo, like, whoa, are we buying one of these for every old system?
Yeah.
But again, like I think people would have been up for it if it was N64.
100%.
But PlayStation butted in, and it was a bad value and it was just a bad deal.
I got one.
Yeah.
I didn't pay the $100. I think at the time I got it for like $25 because it was so cheap. At that point.
It kept falling.
But I turned it on and like I wasted my $25. This sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it was not good.
I played mine the most. I liked the PS1.
Oh, did you?
I got the NES, the Neo Geo Mini, and the PS1 Mini.
What do you play on the PS1?
Resident Evil, Metal Gear. I put Silent Hill on it.
Oh, you hacked it?
Yeah. Gotta hack it.
I enjoyed to me it wasn't the most ideal way to play my favorite games, but I liked playing. It gave me a reason to play a lot of obscure shit. Like I played a lot of Persona like 1.
Oh yeah, that
which
was on
people
there.
are like, "Oh my God, no one plays that." And I'm like, "I did. I played hours of it and it was so weird." That, so I kind of enjoyed it in a stupid sense, but it wasn't legit a good thing. Now, I played a lot of Mr. Driller.
Oh, that was a fantastic game.
But new better than ever Mr. Driller just came to Switch, so I'm like, all right, bye.
Hey, there you go.
See ya.
Is it touchscreen?
I don't know about that.
Brian, you said you got the Genesis?
Yeah, we got the Genesis Mini with the whole tower and for the expansion. It's all superficial. Like you get cartridges, you get the.
Yeah, what was that? I saw people do that, but what does it do?
100% cosmetic.
Oh, okay.
I thought it would be like, oh, with this now you have 5 classic Sega CD games and 5 classic. I forget what the whole deck ended up being including, but like no, it was just 100% cosmetic.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's Genesis and Sega CD games on that system?
No, that's what I was hoping with the with the
it's just
expansion.
Genesis.
It's just
This is something Sega
Okay.
PR sent
yeah,
out. Okay.
yeah.
And then I saw something about a Game Gear Micro that's like a little tiny Game Gear handheld that is also on the slate for.
Oh no, they just announced it.
That's like
Sega
the next one?
said we had a big announcement, and then it was like, yeah, it was a Game Gear Micro, and they are legit like puny, and they only have so many games on it, and it's like, oh, well, we're gonna sell a few of them though, and they'll all have different games. It's kind of weird.
What?
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah,
You would
they're-
have like
they're all different colors, and they have different stuff
5
on them.
games on
and you
each
could
one.
hang them like a fucking keychain.
that is
That sounds like a
interesting.
Game Boy Advanced kind of.
Yeah, they did the Micro with that, and that
Yeah.
was a keychain. And you know what? I loved
Yeah, it was
the
dope.
Game Boy Micro.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it came out, it's like, what's the point of this, dude? I had that on me all the time.
But
I had Final Fantasy on it.
That's
It was
before you
cool.
could take your Switch with you or your phone even. You
Yeah.
know, like you were waiting for at the DMV, and at the time you had nothing else but that
Yeah.
little keychain.
Sean, I'm so glad you brought that up because while we were doing work over the past couple, I think I might have mentioned this, but E3 didn't happen. I was missing it a little bit. I was doing work and I was like, you know what? Normally I'm watching E3 coverage. I kind of missed that. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So I put on E3 coverage from 2005.
Oh, wow.
G4 live at E3 2005.
That's awesome.
Which so much of it was just like, oh my God, this is not funny. But Jeff Keighley is sitting on the panel of whatever you call it, hosts or whatever, the whole time. And it's so funny because everyone keeps throwing out predictions that are so not going to happen. Jeff Keighley's right every time.
Whoa.
Really?
And then they're just like, yeah, whatever. So like they're all,
Really?
hey you guys, I don't know, you think there's going to be a PS3? Yeah. Well, what I mean, they're saying it might have 2 video cards. Yeah. Well, do you think it's going to be like over $350? No way. No way. And of course, and Jeff Keighley's going, I don't know, this thing could be over 500. Jeff, come on. They're not going to do that. Jeff, please. Anyway, the reason I bring
right.
it up is they show the Game Boy Micro and they're like, well, that's kind of cool. The games are small on a screen. Carry it wherever you are. And then Jeff Keighley just interrupts and he goes, I don't know if the games are that small. I kind of feel like we should be aiming to get these on mobile devices. That way games and all that are just on the same device you're carrying everywhere. And they're all like, Jeff, no one's going to play a game on their phone. Like, stop.
And then Nintendo got into
I mean,
the app
Jeff was
business.
right every time.
That's so
That
funny.
gets
You're right.
brought up. But that's what Jeff does. Like, Jeff is the industry, like,
Yeah.
he's the oracle. He gets it.
He gets it.
So anyway, whatever.
The Oracle. Does anyone play any of those Nintendo apps, like the first-party Nintendo apps, like Mario Kart or Dr. Mario?
I did for 1 second, and that
Which
was,
one?
Mario Kart.
Okay. I didn't like Mario Kart, but I played a lot of Dr. Mario
Oh yeah.
Mm.
They
when it came out on iOS.
they announced, or they had a thing, some kind of talk among Nintendo internally, whatever, that they're kind of pulling out of that industry.
Well,
did you
and
guys hear about that?
Yeah, because they have the Switch now. They don't need
Pocket
it
Camp
anymore.
too. I
Well,
totally forgot about. Animal Crossing was huge.
basically what they talked about at Nintendo, supposedly, is they said, we proved with Animal Crossing on Switch, we can get these giant audiences just on our own hardware. Like, phones are great. Yeah, there's a billion phones out there. Cool. But like, we're selling tens of millions of a $60 game on our own hardware that we keep. Like, we proved we could do it without mobile.
Yeah, why make a $2 app or something like that?
Well, and that's what they said. And they said it's that, but it's also, we feel like we had to do some pretty low tactics. In mobile, it's like almost
In-app
a
purchases.
requirement to have sneaky purchases and stuff like that. And they said, frankly, these are making us look kind of bad. So why is it worth putting ourselves through that if we could just focus on, And so it sounds like they're kind of like bailing on that. I don't know. I thought that was interesting for them to like.
It's so weird how I spent $60 on that. I would never spend $60. If it was the same game on an app, I would never do it. Like, there's something weird about, like, it's a video game on a console as opposed to a video game on a phone.
Yeah.
I'm not spending money on the video game on the phone.
Isn't that
ever.
weird?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of things like that. I bring it up all the time, but there's time, it's like.
But if you're sucked into one of those apps and then over the course of the 3 years that you played it, you bought nickel and dime, dollar for some more crystals.
You probably
here,
paid more than
dollar
60.
for. I know people that have spent a lot of money in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Oh.
Well, Juice Stand in the
lot.
chat is saying a fake Pokemon Yellow hit the App Store. It was one of the most downloaded apps of all time.
Really?
Really?
I didn't know about that.
That's. I was thinking about
Juice
this the other
Stand
day.
in the chat here.
Wow.
Dude, did you guys see the biggest news ever that they're doing a new Pokemon Snap? Because I have been asking for that for so long.
Yeah, dude. And, it's weird because they had other Pokemon announcements over the past, because I guess there's like a Pokemon MMO and stuff coming. I feel like a lot of things kind of washed away the Pokemon Snap talk, but legit, I've been waiting for that for so long.
I mean,
I was never a Pokemon guy, but I played Snap
you could
so
go back
much.
to when the podcast began, and I think we're probably asking for a Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously.
When that got announced, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, good for them. Like, I don't have a soft spot for Pokemon Snap at all. But I was like, oh, good. That's gonna make a lot of people fucking happy. I can tell.
Yeah.
But I started thinking, like, where is the new RPG Pokemon that I can play on my fucking TV finally? Because it's not on a Game Boy. Like, where is that for the Switch?
Did they already do it?
Yeah,
Is
they
that
Yeah,
did.
it just
Shield
came
and
out like
Sword?
2 months ago. Sword and Shield, Garrett.
Yeah, Becca just beat it. It's
Okay.
exactly that, Garrett.
I guess I am officially old because maybe I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted, but that was so over my head. That already came out 2 months ago.
More
Yeah,
than
that was like
but
Christmas
it's out.
time, actually.
Yeah, November.
Wow. Okay. I guess I didn't need it.
I heard
It
it.
didn't, but I don't know if I don't know if people did people love it.
I heard it
don't
was
know
good.
Yeah, people loved it. I think an update just came out like a week ago for like
Yeah, there's more DLC for it.
I heard day one a lot of people saying that it wasn't good, but it was all people who don't play Pokemon.
Well,
I just
this
want
is-
that
this
experience,
This
yeah.
is what I
The old
have
school.
understood it to be, and tell me if everyone in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. They didn't include all the Pokemon or stuff.
Oh, there was
stuff like
that, yeah.
And it was like, okay, it's a $60 game, but they left out a bunch of stuff, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. But then a few months later,
Oh.
all right, $30 DLC coming, and it's got everything else, and it was like, wait, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I bet I
you
could
just
get it
you just
now.
hold this back, or what?
Right.
That's what I felt like I heard, but I don't know if that's just people raging out about it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I heard it was another Pokemon game. So if you want a Pokemon game for your Switch to play on TV, came out in November.
Yeah, so Garrett, you're
good to
saying you're
know.
embarrassed and you feel, old, but I'm saying this is great news for you. You had a wish, it just came true.
It just came true.
I have great news for you. Go get it today. So congratulations, and it's probably on sale, discounted
No.
because it's been out for so
But
long.
you
First party
honestly
Nintendo.
though,
No, Nintendo
to be
would-
real,
is
you're
not.
probably gonna get bored because last time I picked up a Pokemon game, it was like 2 gyms in. I was like, yeah, I've done Pokemon. Like it's
Yeah.
Pokemon.
That's how I was with the mainline stuff. I'm spent on that, but I want a new Pokemon Snap. I didn't get enough.
Well, I wanted
want it.
I always wanted the experience because I like the Pokemon games, but I think the last one I played was Black or White, and I like that experience. I always wanted it on the full screen television.
Yeah.
And when it switched to like a 3D environment, which I think was with the last ones on the 3DS, I remember going like, "Oh, that's cool. They're doing that, but let me get that on the TV." So apparently that exists. I have to go check out
yeah.
Sword or Shield
There you go. Or Gun.
or Gun. There's 3. Fuck.
Gunner Bomb.
Gun is just a movie 50 Cent wrote, and it's got Val Kilmer in it. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, Gun.
No, I missed
It was
that one.
surprisingly not bad. Before I get to that, though,
I like Way of the
I
Gun.
just want to. I don't want to get too far into the show without giving an excellent plug to an
Oh,
excellent
yeah.
site. Shop.mega64.com is killing it. Let me tell you, these guys are putting out some of the best merch, some of the best apparel money can buy. And let me tell you, you're gonna love what you see. In fact, we're restocking stuff all the time. 2 long sleeves that we had that were gone for a while. The transport long sleeve, the Fond Memories long sleeve.
I'm wearing that one,
with
actually.
art by Bebo Sloth. Yeah, Sean's got that on.
The bag.
Those were restocked. I think some sizes are sold out, but there might be some left. I'm not sure, but check all those out. Something we like to do every week is something called a 64-hour special, where we have a shirt that's only up for 64 hours and it's gone. There's one that we did do in the past, and it's back today. People have been asking for this, but we had kind of a plan with it, and I'm going to tell you. You can get it now. The Wins Dance Class shirt is up now on shop.mega64.com, featuring a picture of young Shawn Chatfield. And
I have a story about this picture after this thing you're saying, Rocco. Just remind me.
Well, I just wanted to say,
so proud of you.
There's a reason we're doing that. We did offer that once before, a long time ago, and there's a reason we're doing it back is because we are going to do a series. That shirt, I always really liked that design. That's Sean's version of it, and we're going to get versions of it with some of the other members of the group over the next few weeks. So the next few weeks, we're going to have 64-hour specials set to kind of a theme.
A theme of photos of us when we were younger, looking real cool.
Well, I'll speak for my own. Looking badass. So anyway, but this week the Wins Dance Class shirt, that's what's available, and it's up until like Wednesday night, I think is when they normally come down. So check that out.
So what I was going to say was 2 days ago, I found this envelope of like in this back thing of this box I had. I didn't even know it. It was so old. And it was old pictures. And I have another pictures from that photo shoot with my mom. I mean, I can't really show it. Maybe I'll give it to Johnny or whatever. But I look, same outfit, but I look so fucking cocky with, here, I'm going to, okay, I'll email it to Brian. But it's like, what a piece of shit I am.
You were happy, man.
I was happy, and I was proud of myself. But it's like,
you got 2 trophies for dancing.
Yeah.
I would be the cock of the walk too.
Yeah. I guess.
How come you got 2 trophies for dancing, but you don't dance, still to this day?
I don't know.
How does somebody with so much natural skill at a young age just lose it?
I've seen him dance at the booth. I've seen him dance at Kevin's wedding.
I used to be really proud of my legitimately, guys. I was like, oh, I can dance. I'm a good dancer.
I really did. Hey, to what you're saying, Derek, Dick Van Dyke did say that he's like, I do dance classes and I dance at least once a day because, and just exactly that. He said what you said. He's like, I have to keep that momentum going. He moves like he was still
limber.
Like 30, like and he's like 93 or something, but he's like, I keep that going every day, and I'm still in motion.
He's still alive?
He's still alive, dude.
He was in the new Mary Poppins like last year.
Holy shit!
And he fully dances. He jumps up on the desk, and he's.
Oh my god!
I saw that, and I was like, I'm scared for you because you're like 90 and you're on a table tap dancing.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah. So that was my dance days.
What a cool.
Yeah. I'm not embarrassed of it anymore. Before I would have never in a million years shown anyone that picture. I was so mortified that I did.
We should pay for you to take some adult dance classes.
No, thank
and
you.
then we can track your progress over time.
I dance.
And then you have a new valuable skill, and you'd be like Dick Van Dyke. He lived to 100 years old dancing.
I think if I were to Eric seems very excited about this in the chat. But if I were to do any kind of dancing, I think tap dancing was what I would choose.
Really? I was thinking urban hip hop.
That was my favorite when I was younger, but I just don't have the moves. My hips do.
Well, it's a class, you have to learn.
Yeah.
I think you can get it back, dude. Put on some CNC Music Factory. The rhythm's gonna get you.
Yeah.
We'll find one that's right now I'm sure they're all over the place. Nice hot sweaty dance rooms.
Super easy to get into a dance class.
Yeah, totally in business still.
Well, my kids are doing Sawyer's doing dance. She just does the Zoom classes, and the teacher's in the studio, but everyone else is on Zoom. So it doesn't look very much fun.
Oh, you should join in. Just stand in the back of the room when they're having Zoom class.
Just start a copier.
Okay. Did you used to do pirouettes and stuff?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I did ballet. I did leaps. I did everything that's embarrassing. But everyone did it. Again,
flexible.
it wasn't just me like taking this weird class. Like everyone in my school did dance.
Yeah, you went to a performing
It was
arts.
a performing arts school. And
elementary.
So, I mean, I will do a brief recap of the story for those who don't know this shirt. But I went to this school, thought it was normal to dance, and then went to a new school and asked somebody when's dance class. And then I was forever made fun of because I was a kid who danced. Because my parents didn't tell me that that's not normal. So that's the,
Choice words.
the story
I
of the
bet.
shirt. But anyways, that's my thing.
Derek, I feel bad. We kind of took over with Last of Us talk and all that other stuff. What's going on with you? Let's get a little slice of Derek's life.
You don't have to feel bad. I already told you I'm not playing Last of Us.
I know. No, that's what I'm saying. I feel no.
You
but
are
there's-
playing
I feel
something.
like I've been bringing a lot to the table here that's just not inclusive. I want to know.
Yeah, we need.
I want to know what's going on with you.
Nothing going on with me. I'm just enjoying the conversation tonight.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Weren't you talking about GTA earlier, or you don't have anything to?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I've been playing I put on GTA last night. Who else is playing GTA getting psyched for PlayStation 5?
That's just you and me, I think.
Yeah.
I really know a lot of people that were genuinely like hyped after they showed that thing in the conference. I
Really?
was like, why is this coming up now?
Yeah.
But really, that game has a huge player base still.
It's
and,
cool to be able to keep playing.
Yeah, and
The
I will.
options there.
Honestly, I never played it, so I will play it on PS5. So I'm cool with that. But it's just funny that's like been a thing where people are like, dude, I'm hyped, and it's GTA 5.
I know. It's
anyway.
so funny. Are you playing story mode, Derek?
Yeah, I'm playing story mode. I never beat that game.
Yeah, me neither. I still haven't beat it, but it seems like every couple of years I pick it up and I do like another couple hours of the story. And I always have fun, and I always have fun coming back.
Yeah, a few months ago, and it may have been at the start of the pandemic, but I restarted the story and I was like, I'm gonna beat it. And it's so fucking long, I never beat it. I think the only GTA I actually ever beat was Grand Theft Auto 3, the first third person one,
Yeah.
Every other Grand Theft Auto I quit. Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, I never make it to the end.
Yeah, I think
and
I'm the
that's
same.
fine with me,
Yeah, still the only one I played was 4, and I was just put off by it. But I never had any other context. This is that, and I feel like I picked the wrong one to jump into.
4.
Because it was, I don't know, there was just a dry thing to it that I just was not. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. But then I watched my brother play some of 5, and I was like, shit, I should just try this. Like, so I was waiting.
I don't know. I love them all, and I feel like they're all the same, but just more piled
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love all of them truly, but I'm with you, Derek. I've never finished one of them.
Yeah. And I feel like I just get too distracted. Like, you can work your way through the story mode, but there's just too much to do in those games.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to GTA 6. Apparently, some GTA 6 news came out last week.
Really?
It did?
Yeah, people were speculating why they announced GTA 5 and not GTA 6. And then an ex-Rockstar employee was like, well, that's because they have, like, so much writing on it. They're still building it. So the news is they're still working on it, which
Jesus.
is not news at all other than a rumor that it's confirmed to be working on.
I mean, there's no way they're stopping at 5 when they keep releasing it. Like, eventually 6 will come out.
Yeah, right. Isn't Rockstar here in San Diego too?
There is a
they
Rockstar,
do
yeah.
have a branch here. They have Rockstar San Diego, but I don't know. I think they have
3.
branches all over and they handle different games.
I thought there were like 12 branches of it. I
Jesus.
thought, but maybe I'm wrong. I might be thinking of a different company.
I want to say Rockstar San Diego worked on Red Dead 2. I feel like my gut is telling me that, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
At least 9 or 10 different Rockstar studios.
Wow.
Rockstar Toronto, Rockstar San Diego, Rockstar North, Rockstar New England, Rockstar London, Rockstar Lincoln, Rockstar Leeds, Rockstar International, and Rockstar India.
Too much.
Where's Leeds? Isn't that in
much.
England?
Take it down a notch.
Well, I mean, originally was Take-Two Interactive, which was based in Scotland.
Turn the knob down.
I heard, the only rumors that I heard about 6 were that and I keep hearing this kind of come around. Makes me think maybe there's something to it. But I kept hearing that it's going to come out. That's pretty much all I heard. No, that it's going to come out, but with a pretty small map. That like it'll come out and just be like, yo, we're not going to make the map as big as these other games, and that I think they're trying to change. You know, Rockstar went through they got a lot of heat for like how they did all their past few games, Red Dead Redemption 2 and all that, and all the crunch that they put all the developers through and all that kind of stuff.
That method.
And what I've heard is that they're going to put it out. It won't be that big, and then it's like, all right, next month. This side of the map opens up. Oh shit. Hey, this Christmas, this whole part that was blocked out is open. Hey, free updates over the course of, as opposed to working forever to get this one thing out.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing thing where every couple of months check back in.
That's smart because it keeps you playing like.
Yeah, then they don't have to crunch.
Fucking Animal Crossing's doing that.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Like the video blew my mind, which really isn't that impressive. But it all of a sudden the guy jumps off the rock and he's swimming in the ocean. I'm like, what the fuck? You can go in the ocean now? Like, that's
the Animal
crazy.
Crossing stuff they're adding.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's sweet. But now I was like, I was over that game. But now it's like, I'll go in the ocean and get some things out of it. That'd be fun, So it keeps you playing.
Yeah, they trickle that shit out on purpose, seasonally too.
Yeah, I guess I always wonder where these games are going to be set. They have, Liberty City, Vice City, San Andreas, and then they start returning to these cities.
Yeah. Last one was L.A., right? 5 is L.A.? Just
5 is
San Andreas, yeah.
Okay.
L.A.
That's
and
what
then
they
back
call
you
it.
can go into the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Hollywood.
maybe we go back to Vice City, which would be like Miami, or maybe
That was pretty sick.
I think the very first Grand Theft Auto, the original one, was set in London.
Yeah.
More like a London type
The old
city.
top-down ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we go back there. Who knows?
Yeah. Isn't it funny that game you mentioned that being in London? That was I think the guy's name is Dave Smith, was the guy who made that. He's British.
Yeah.
And that's who we met at that. Remember we went out to Scotland for Real Time Worlds and all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the head dude that we met with there, like that was that guy. Like that guy made his own company.
And we talked about Donkey Kong with that guy, right? The DK rapper.
No, different guy.
Oh.
No, because that guy you talked to was an American.
That's right.
There's a different dude that we only met once.
I
British
remember
dude,
now.
and he worked on it. I
Yeah.
always think that was kind of cool. It's like I never realized till later. I was like, yeah, that guy made GTA, man. So
Crazy.
anyway, but I'd be down now that it's in the next gen, or assuming it would come out on like PS5 and stuff like that. Man, I'd be so down with. Somebody mentioned in the chat, down with move it. Don't do LA again. Give me like Vegas.
So apparently the original Grand Theft Auto in 1997 was actually set in 3 cities: Liberty City, San Andreas, and Vice City.
Okay.
So they've just been bouncing around from those cities ever since.
Okay.
And then they do, and people in the chat have mentioned this. They'll set one like GTA Chinatown. I guess there was
Chinatown
GTA
Wars.
London.
Yeah.
Which was what I was thinking of.
That'd be cool. Well, hey, do SoCal and do LA and San Diego. That'd be fun.
Just do San Diego.
You drive the 5, go to Disneyland if you want. Why not?
That'd be great. Well, I mean, San Andreas kind of is SoCal. It just doesn't have Disneyland. It has it's Los Angeles. They have Salvation Mountain. It's actually really fun, I think, to drive around San Andreas and recognize where in Southern California it is, the beach towns,
Yeah.
and the desert, and Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So,
curious
but-
when we'll.
yeah.
I'm curious when we'll hear about that. I mean, I feel like Rockstar's big game this last generation was Red Dead.
Yeah.
But GTA 5 still chugging along. That 6 has got to be the next thing.
I heard Bully 2 rumors a while ago.
Really? I never played a second of Bully.
Me neither. But
I don't know what the gameplay is at all.
Do you guys
You're a bully.
think that with the next gen coming out, that games will always be like $60? Like, do you think that would you be surprised if PS5 games are that's $70 now?
So
they've only gone down
yeah,
historically.
No, they went back up. Dreamcast games were $40. at one point.
But like some video games were $79, $80 for like Super Nintendo NES cartridges.
Yeah,
when we were
Yeah,
kids.
and then they went down, and then now they're back up there again, kind of like 59, 64.
Yeah, they were when they were cartridge, they were climbing up there because it was like a bunch of hardware to make. So yeah, I remember I paid $74.99 for Final Fantasy
That's
on
crazy.
Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
you know. But then once they hit disc for PlayStation, then it was flat $49.99. That was every time. A lot of times $39.99. You're right. A lot of times they were. Sometimes $49, but never above that. Like that was the
60,
the ceiling. But a lot of games, single games were $39. Like FF7, I think I paid $49 but that was like 3 discs, you know. But that was it. It would never go above that. And then 360 was the first like, yo, I think games are going to be $60 now. And then that was the big deal. Was then the Wii came and it was like, hey, on Wii we're staying $50.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I don't know. Do you think they can sustain that? Like if games came out for PS5 and hey, starting from here on out, $69.99. Do you think that's a big? Do you think like, no big deal, or do you
No,
think
it's
like,
a big deal. That $10 is for some reason a huge deal to me. That's why I only buy games at Walmart because they're cheaper.
They are $10 cheaper.
They're $10 cheaper there, and that $10
You've
is
been
a
doing
lot.
a good job with that.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the games are like $64, you know.
Well, that's after tax and stuff. I kind of assume that, but you know, I just I can't imagine like $70 makes me think about it differently for some reason.
I'd have to know. I wouldn't take chances on games. Like I just pre-ordered Skate XL because for $39, I'm like, I've done enough research on it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll take a chance on
When
it.
does that come out?
Into this in the next month. It's like
July?
July 28th or 27th.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do that if it was like an $80 game. You know,
Right.
It was a budget title. Like this was even. It was only $39, I think. I'll take more of a chance on it. So it just depends. It's like I'll still buy Resident Evil, Metal Gear. I'll still buy whatever I know I'm going to enjoy playing on a PS5.
Yeah.
If it's $80, but man, I won't take a chance on a new game for full price at over 60.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I'm like 60. I'm like, okay, yeah, if it's a game I care about, I'm fine. You know, Last of Us 2, I felt like I definitely got my money's worth and all that. But yeah, I am feeling like, yeah, that $10. Ooh, $70 sounds bad. But Brian, you're saying it in the chat, and I agree. I mean, I remember, I think on this podcast, when 2006, and we were talking about the transition from 50 to 60. And I feel like we said the same thing where, Shawn, I feel like I remember hearing you say it where it's like, dude, 60, like, come on. Like 50 is such a clean, even number. 60, like.
Which, and now I'm so used to it, I don't even think about it.
You know? So I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, stuff gets more expensive over time.
Yeah.
But stuff also gets cheaper over time.
Yeah.
So why is stuff getting more expensive? Right? So, like, inflation as stuff goes on, like, you know, a burger at Denny's costs more now than it did 50 years ago. And video games are going to go up in price, right? But shouldn't technology get cheaper and the things like to create these things get cheaper over time as the infrastructure gets bigger? It just seems like these things are getting cheaper to make, and yet they cost us, the consumers, more.
But you know, what that is though, Derek? It's so funny you mentioned that because like the former president of like PlayStation, whatever, talked about that the other day. And he said it's kind of an unsustainable model because as the systems get better, he said every new generation, it's like the price to make a game doubles. And
really
for like first party, these big games, you know, and what he was saying, you know, the tech might not, you know, whatever, the price of consoles hasn't gone up too much relatively, but making the games, it's like the amount of detail that's in Last of Us 2 and all that is way more than what would have been in it on PS3 or PS2, you know, whatever. And so it's kind of, it takes more people to make AAA games than ever. And so he said in this talk, they asked him, they're like, what do you think is the answer to that? And he's like, you know, if we're not willing to pay more, if we're demanding that level of quality, and we're not willing to pay more, he said, and I thought this was interesting. He's like, I think maybe the compromise is we need to just get some shorter games out there, man. Maybe Last of Us 2 didn't need to be twice as long as the last one. Maybe we're fine with a 50. And I heard that and I went, fine with me.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
I have never been on this side of I don't need a 60-hour game. Give me, it depends on as long as I get a fulfilling experience, I'm fine.
Especially if you give a good new game plus.
Garrett, go ahead.
Yeah, a good new game because I'll tell you right now, I want to replay Last of Us 2 and do shit I didn't do.
But it's
like, whoa, 30 hour, I'm doing that again. But I miss it. I want to play it.
I feel like
I'm
Castlevania
here
Lords
and
of
I'm
Shadow.
making it sound like I do think it's a complicated issue because I do think inflation is a real thing.
Sure.
Obviously, like stuff gets more expensive, like it costs more over time because of inflation. But the cost of goods does go down as you get better at producing those goods. So a company like Naughty Dog, or who is experienced in making video games, should have figured out how to make their games cheaper now than they were when they first started. But you have to pay those artists. Obviously, you have to pay for all the talent going in.
Yeah,
it is complicated. But then again,
yeah, I think
computers and workstations and that stuff should be going down. I don't know.
I think it's more
price this stuff.
I think it's more the artist's time, and they keep maximizing any new technology that comes out to utilize things more and more for more detail and all of that stuff. That I think it ends up being the opposite. It's kind of just
a big developer too that has a couple of hits under their belt have to outdo themselves every time. It's got to be better than the last Nathan Drake game. It's got to be better than Last of Us.
That's true, and I can't imagine.
Like how hard
is it? Well, that's what Rocco's saying. The president's saying that's unsustainable because that's not really realistic and possible, right?
Yeah.
You can't always. You have to hit a ceiling at some point.
But also, I will say, someone brought this up in the chat, and it's a good point too. A lot of I'm not talking about Naughty Dog or whatever, but there are some companies. I feel like you see the CEOs take a bigger and bigger bonus too. maybe that should be looked at as well.
There's a lot.
The CEO of this is getting they got a $20 million.
That is what I'm saying. The cost to make these things go down, the price goes up. Somewhere in the middle, there's a bunch of money sitting around going into somebody's pocket.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly not.
So don't put me on that list.
Empty your pockets right now, Sean.
Well, you'd be disappointed.
Inside. Let's see your.
I'm not saying anybody's doing anything nefarious, but who knows? I don't know. I don't have the solution.
Well, no, but you see that with like EA and stuff.
Yeah. All the nefarious shit is getting called out on the carpet, though, man.
Yeah.
Like the game industry was afire all last week. I saw tweets of Blizzard and tweets of
I don't know. Everyone's getting these tweets and like spoilers and stuff. I think I followed very different people because I never see anything video game related really ever. Unless it's you guys posting about it.
You got a good feed.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow my Twitter stuff, it's follow who I follow. It's just Padres. It's just baseball. So
boring.
Speaking of Blizzard, BlizzCon was canceled. No. I know everyone here is bummed out.
Well, yeah, since we've had our podcast, RTX has been canceled.
Yeah.
PAX?
BlizzCon has been canceled.
Yeah. But we never talked about it on our show.
No.
But Game Days
was canceled.
Well. Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't mean to be a bummer, but man, it hurt. It hurt to tweet.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think no one is surprised. We honestly don't even know Disneyland's going to be open then. So, like, how can we plan an event?
What did the Juggalos say about canceling the gathering? That no Juggalo lives would be put in danger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
what we did. We were like
Well,
that's how we feel.
It's the ripple of everything. It's the ripple of everything going outward. And it's like, people keep telling me, like, you think by November it'll be fine? Come on, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. November. And it's like, yeah, maybe, but we have to put in all the effort now.
Yeah.
And get the venue going and pay them all this money now. And the theme parks in California are still going, oh.
Yeah.
There's nothing we could plan now. So that's that. You know, it's like the ripple reaches outwards. And who knows if.
I mean, honestly, I hope that we could. It's a number like, oh shit, we could have had it. That's best case scenario as far as I'm concerned. But
I think it's naive to think in 3 months we're going to be in any shape to have any massive event like that.
That's what I'm saying too. Like today is
But
the
I'm just
worst
saying,
day.
magically, even if that was the case,
Right.
we need to plan it now and we can't. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody at any point didn't ever say that fall was going to be the most infectious part of the year.
I know.
For all,
I really
all
just, I was trying to look at it though as just like, okay, what's best case scenario? Let's say in November, all of this is gone. Okay. But you still, even if that wouldn't even matter.
We have it in January.
We can't do it now. You know, we can't plan it now. So, were you going to say something, Shawn?
No, but I am bummed. I will say.
I don't even think, well, we should save this for Thursday. They're talking about shutting down interstate travel here in America and international travel all over the world. So, what about all the UK fans? They won't even be able to come to game days.
Americans, after Europe opens, they're saying that we're not allowed in. Like, you can't come here because it's so fucked up over here. So, I mean, it's.
Yeah. Somebody said we should do game days in Japan, but they won't even let us in. So, we're fine.
Yeah, they won't let us over there. Thank God we went to Japan and New Zealand last year.
I was just thinking about that, man.
I talked about Japan a lot, how much I love Japan. I fucking loved New Zealand as well. That place was beautiful. I want to go back there. So if they could let me in.
Yeah, that's really where you want to go now.
Right now, it's gone. So
100% free, right?
Can I come back? New Zealand, hit me up.
Shawn will be the one to fuck it up.
Yeah, you're going to bring it in.
He'll show up and...
Yeah.
It's allergies.
Sure it is.
I think we should go into the after show, personally. I'm going to call it.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Yeah. Brian, did you ever get that picture or? I didn't. That's okay. I put it on my Twitter if you guys really want to see me looking very cocky with my trophies.
All right, pause it real quick. You know what? We decided we like this after show so much, we're just going to add it to the actual podcast. So enjoy the extra long podcast.
Hell of an ending. I agree with Eric.
Yeah, I didn't know that we were done.
I didn't know either. No, it's all good.
Eric, that wasn't us. We didn't know.
It's not over. That was
Who
just
knew?
the podcast.
Who knew? Did someone say the other day that Balloon Boy and the Heaney family still deny it being a hoax to this day?
Yeah, they're saying that it's not.
Way to stick to your guns. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they already served the jail time.
Yeah, just keep lying.
God, I love that video.
You believe your own lie if you lie long enough, I think.
That could be one of my favorite stories of all time. That's like every way. That was great.
You said?
Oh, what a fucking...
No.
The Balloon Boy thing is a well-known story, but the fart is not well-known enough.
It's not well known
and that
enough.
is the big shame.
So
That's
huge.
us cracking that
The
code.
fart is the best part, and it's not famous at all.
No.
He said we would do it for the show. No?
No. You did?
Everyone looks at her. She lets out the gas.
It's so clear the mom farted because she shit herself. Oh, it's so good.
Sometimes, man, you eat too much. I've been making these fruit smoothies, and then you feel that stomach rumble.
And then someone says something nerve-wracking next to you on a live TV show.
Yeah, and then if you're nervous, your palms are sweaty
squirt.
already. Be cheeks.
You just Shrek it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I sharded the other day here. I had to run out of
No,
my
Garrett,
office.
shut up. Are you
I
serious?
did. I had to check myself. I was
What
like,
the fuck are you saying?
Stayed in the cheeks. It didn't get to the fabric.
Fuck off.
What?
Ew.
A
Why are you
lot of
telling me this?
protein shakes, bro. It's
Dude, don't do that.
Yo, Balloon Boy is in a heavy metal band with his brothers, and they have a song called Balloon Boy No Hoax.
Yeah.
Apparently it has a music video.
Yeah, they have like a metal band.
Yeah, it sounds as good as you would think it would sound, Derek.
Heenies. Hell yeah.
Oh, you guys looked it up already, huh?
I check up on the Heenies.
I bet the last thing Derek expected was that we had already heard the Heaney Boys metal single.
I've seen the video. They all have like super long hair, and they're like
Oh, I don't know this.
headbanging. Oh, yeah.
Shawn knows, though.
Oh, I know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's awful.
Still trying
Oh,
to
there
make-
it is.
Hey,
You
look
did
at
it.
you. You don't look that cocky.
Dude, look at my head tilt.
Yeah, you
and,
look
like,
a little cocky.
I have honestly, it's a shit-eating grin. That's
Look
what
like
I got.
you just got a couple phone numbers. It's not too cocky. It's like,
Look, you know what? Look at that picture. I've aged. I'm gonna say it.
Do you still have a vest like that? That thing's radical.
I don't have that vest like that.
Oh, we need to get one for you. You need to recreate this photo.
Why does Eric say "I'm gonna get you" on the trophy? That was the name of the song that I danced to, Eric.
I'm gonna get you. How's that go?
I don't remember.
Do you remember the dance?
It starts.
Gonna get
I
you.
may have a video of that dance.
Yo,
I may have. No,
Oh, we
it's
gotta
not
see
out.
that.
I've never released that.
Yeah, don't release that.
I can't
Make 'em
release that
pay.
because I don't have permission for everyone else who's in that.
That's your Gary tape. You have to make
I
us
gotta
pay 10 grand for that.
$10,000 to play for Gary. I can't get that number.
I miss you. I miss you.
Yeah. We one time watched that video at my house, and Jenny was there, and I turned it off because I was too embarrassed to show it to her.
Of you dancing? You
Yeah.
won though.
Because here's the thing of the video of me dancing is like I went for it. Like I did not hold back, and it's me going 100%, and I don't look good or cool, but it's like, well, he's trying, you know. But it's
You won. You won 2 trophies, so you obviously
it was a
looked
group
cool.
effort. It wasn't a solo. It wasn't just me.
Everybody in the group got a giant trophy like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dang, the 90s were rad.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Every
Every
rad.
trophy I got was like this tall. You know, like a soccer trophy. I got the cheapest shit when
Well,
I was in
We
the
got
league.
medals in
Derek,
hockey.
not
Remember
to
the
toot
medals?
our horn here, but this was the big competition, and there was like hundreds of other acts, and we got first of all of them, which was like a huge deal. So much so that like our teacher said, like, if you get second place, you'll get an ice cream party, but if you get first place, Chuck E. Cheese on me. And
Wow.
so we got first place, and then we
E.
get to
Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I was on an AYSO
RIP.
soccer team that was first place in our league, and I still think our trophy was like half the size of your little one.
Yeah,
But,
wow.
you know, dance class, apparently, you know, the dance competitions are a big deal here.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Derek, do you remember when we played hockey? They didn't even give you trophies. You just got a little medal.
Yeah, I have like 3 bronze medals from the 3 years I played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I miss getting trophies and medals. Life sucks when you're a grown up.
Yeah, when you're a grown up, you don't really get. Well, I guess there was that one video where we gave you a trophy, Derek.
Me and Rocco got acting awards here in San Diego, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
remember,
a lot of
so
competition
I had
here in San
fans
Diego.
give me trophies. I have some in my office, actually.
When I was in karate as a kid, they would have us go and do what do they call it?
Katas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went and did like a big one like in some gymnasium where groups would do it, and then the best one in each group would get like a big trophy kind of
Nice.
thing. And so I practiced that so much. I was like, there's no way I'm not winning. Like I've got
You want
this.
that trophy.
did you win?
And none of us in our class won because it was all these different classes.
Oh, okay.
None of us
Regional.
won. And there was a kid named John. Fucking John.
Shawn.
And all the it was like groups of 4 kids against each other. I mean, we didn't fight each other, but we each would do the kata, whatever. Yeah.
Did you exhale really loud? Like, ha!
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Fuck yeah.
And they ran out of kids, so he was in a group with it was like either just himself or one other kid. So he won. And so he was the one person in our class that got the trophy just by default. They were like, well, we ran out of kids. They're supposed to just give him one. So he got it, and that ruined that class because he acted like he was fucking like Jean-Claude Van Damme the rest of the year. Like, I kept going back to the class, and he was just like, well, I am a trophy winning champion.
Oh my
And,
god.
Oh, he acted like John
you might want
Carter
to
from
actually
Mars.
do, and he was like trying to give us tips like he was the teacher, and it ruined that class. I like after I did like one more of those, and I was so over it I couldn't be there anymore.
The kid was obnoxious for one class and you were out, huh?
No.
That's the kid you're supposed to train so much you defeat him in combat.
It was all year long, and it showed me what a fighter I was. It was no, I'd rather play video games.
I went to a karate competition once, and I was pretty good. And my first round, I annihilated this kid. Like I destroyed him. But
Were you sparring?
What?
Were you sparring?
Yeah,
with him?
sparring. And like I like fucking took thank you.
A dancer and a fighter.
Dude, yeah. I'll give you my karate picture later, Brian.
Was it capoeira? That's like a combo
was
of the
Kempo.
both. Oh,
It was
Kempo.
Kempo
Okay.
fighting. I
Sounds
was
like
a
the Black
purple
Ranger.
belt. What?
Yeah.
So anyways, but the fucking referee marked down the wrong kid for winning. And so when it was time to second round, I wasn't called and I was waiting and they're like, and that fucking shit kid who I beat went up there.
Oh.
And then I was like, I won. And it's like, well, this kid says he won. The kid's like, yeah, I won. It's like, oh, this. I was so fucking pissed. I'm
Rematch.
still mad about that.
Cobra Kai shit, dude.
Fuck that kid.
Do you guys remember your katas at all? Can you demonstrate them at all? Do you even
I
remember
kind of
them?
remember mine.
Yeah?
Let me see.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, Sean, get out of the way, please.
Oh, sorry. Here, I'll move.
Yeah, move, Sean. You gotta.
I'll move too.
You go forward with it.
Yo, that's kata 1, dude. He's got it. He's got
still
kata
going.
1. You remember it for his whole life.
You go forward. Yeah.
And then you would put your. Sorry, here. I'll reposition myself. You'd be out. You'd be like that, and then you'd put this leg behind you and turn and be like, oh shit.
Dude, the cat stance
not
turn.
enough room.
Rocco knows
Here.
cat stance. Rocco, do you know kata 2 at all?
What?
Do you know the second kata? Do you have any others?
No.
Mine was like-
this one.
And then it was.
I knew someone was gonna. Never mind. Someone referenced something. I'm not.
That was pretty. Hey, legitimately, I think I respect you more and I fear you more. And look, you've inspired Shawn to start practicing karate.
See, we didn't do a lot of kicks in mine. Mine was not kicks. I was doing tung sudo.
Tung Soo Do?
Yeah, Rocco
really
was
was
more
like
like
that.
grappling and punching and
Wow.
annihilating. You can tell. That was cool.
Oh,
that was
that's
legit
cool.
cool.
There
Your
are
training
things that-
has served you well.
As kids, like you're talking about like practicing for that. Like you care so much as a kid for certain things like that. Like you
Well, 'cause
really
that's all your
want
world.
these things. Yeah, that's all
It's
you
like
know.
the biggest thing that's ever happened to you was like, oh my God, this test coming up or this game coming up, the big tournament.
Did I ever tell you guys a story of we had this like youth Olympics thing at my school, and it was the long jump, and you got like it was a gold medal, but all it really was this fucking like piece of paper with gold glitter on it. It fucking sucked, but like I really wanted it. This other kid really wanted it, and I
wasn't, like-
won the gold medal. And he was so fucking mad that after I won, I was taking a drink at a drinking fountain, and he hit me in the back with a baseball bat. I was attacked with a baseball bat.
He had Nancy Kerrigan. Your
Face
ass.
went into like the spigot. I was like fucked up. But the kid wanted it so bad that he just like couldn't handle it.
He hit
and
you
he tried to murder me. I know, it's crazy.
And then what happened?
Derek, I legitimately don't remember what happened to that kid. Did he get expelled? Did nothing happen? I don't remember. I know that teacher saw it, but that's all I can remember from that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
I know.
Were
I guess I
you-
could ask my parents.
Were you hurt bad?
Yeah, I got hit in the back with a baseball
Did
bat.
he take the medal after he incapacitated you?
What's that?
Did he take the medal?
No, he did
from
not.
you?
But he
Okay.
was fucking like furious that I beat him at the
yeah,
stupid
he
long
can't
jump.
handle his emotions.
I
Wow.
guess that was his whole world was trying to get that fucking
I
medal.
feel like, Rocco, if you ever have to fight ISIS again, you should perform that kata for them. Scare
Yeah,
the
maybe.
shit out of them.
I should have done that. I couldn't get the double lightsaber in time. I wanted to do that for
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Honestly,
Corona.
the lightsaber, I know that's a toy. I'm not intimidated. You do that kata shit, you're not going to
Yeah.
need a lightsaber. You're a fucking lethal weapon.
The only thing is you got to get him to stand back for 20 minutes to finish it, and then they'll get hit. You know, like
Well,
walk into
they're all the way
them
on the other side of the world, so you just start before you get all the way over there.
yeah. Start
Yeah.
by the time I land.
Akata to Kabul. Start here.
That's the name of the video.
Akata to Kabul. Rocco's journey.
I loved doing karate as a kid.
I
But
I always looked up to my friends that did it, and I never did. I did like hockey, soccer.
That's cool too, though.
But I wanted to do karate, and then even as an adult, I was like, dude, I should take some like taekwondo classes.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You know, I think in the 90s, like ninja everything was just fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, obviously, but then it was like Three Ninjas. There's a billion other ninja movies that
American
were like
Ninja Warrior.
that wasn't out yet. But I feel like everyone wanted to do karate shit back then.
What are all the extracurricular things you did as a kid?
Me?
Swimming.
Or
Yeah.
I did. I mean,
Any of you.
I did it all.
Did you do swimming?
Not swimming. I did
I did
tennis.
swimming.
Yeah.
I did gymnastics. I did dance, obviously. I did soccer, baseball. I was in a bowling league.
I was in class like twice, but I don't consider myself like I didn't do it, you know.
Karate. No, I did all those activities. Yeah, I did it all.
If you have to buy gear for it, or if you do it for a whole season, then I think it counts.
Yeah.
Then I did that. But
I tried to do football, but I quit during Hell Week because it was too hard.
No, yeah. Well, it's called Hell Week.
See, I asked to do football when I was a kid, and that's how I got into hockey. And we played that same roller hockey with the little candy cane stick when we first started out, Derek.
Yeah.
It was because I asked my parents, I'm like, hey, how about Pop Warner in like junior high? And they're like, how about we check out this hockey rink thing down at Aquarius? And then that was where I got into roller hockey, and then it got into like,
I would have killed for that because I was so into Mighty Ducks
sick
at the time.
I was so into that to where it was like swimming, soccer when I was little, but then once I got into hockey, I spent like a good 10 years in hockey, in roller hockey.
Were they worried
I did
that
hockey
you were
for
going to get
3
injured playing
years.
football?
I was good at hockey too, surprisingly, because I was really fast. But
It's
I was a
crazy because me
goalie.
and Derek, we played against each other, but we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
What'd you ask me, Brian?
I was wondering if your parents put you in hockey because they thought it'd be safer than actual like football or
Yeah.
Pop Warner.
Yeah.
Which to me is hilarious because I've watched countless football games. I've watched 3 hockey games live, and I can't think of a more violent sport per second.
It's controlled violence.
Yeah,
though.
you're so much padding and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
but I mean,
no
like,
checking in roller hockey. When you're a kid, it's not like the big leagues.
Yeah.
Once I
They're
got
not
into
slamming each other against the wall or anything like that.
True, especially when you're a kid. When I got a little older, because I was still playing past the age of 18, I started playing up into adult leagues when I was still fairly young, and then it would get a little wild.
Yeah, I never did that.
But never like NHL style or even the pony league stuff where you're dropping gloves and getting in fights.
Yeah. No. I was like really overweight as a kid, so my parents were always trying to sign me up for sports to get me to lose weight. It had never worked. And they put me in football where they actually like weigh you and then they determine like what league you're going to be in based on your weight. And I was so heavy. I was like playing football against kids who were like 4 years older than me. So when you're like 10 years old, getting tackled by 14-year-olds, for like a whole week, you're having the worst time of your life.
Yeah.
You know?
That was Hell Week. I remember everyone said that. Hell Week.
That was Hell Week. I was probably like, I want to say, honestly, I was probably like 11 or 12. And those guys were probably like 3 years older than me. So like 14, 15. It sucked. So I quit football real fast. But hockey I stuck with. I did basketball and baseball. Karate I quit.
I have this other memory, and now I'm starting to question like everything in my life because I was in karate, and then if you were a higher belt and you sparred against a lower belt, you went at their pace. So if they went hard, you went hard, kind of whatever they were doing. And this other kid hated me and went super hard, and I like really hurt him. And then like this kid hated me so much they put me in the adult classes that I was too good for this. But now I'm thinking like I have all these fucking kids trying to kill me for doing things. Like maybe I was the asshole here. I just didn't realize this. Like I was attacked so many times for winning things that I'm thinking like
Well, you were competitive, which is a asset.
Well,
to
I don't know. Like I
competition.
don't remember like ever caring that much, but I think maybe I was a dick. Like that must have that must have happened.
Hey, sometimes when they're like when someone's really aggressive and competitive in a sport, they can be perceived as a dick, but they're just better than you. Maybe they were just jealous, Sean.
I guess, but I just feel like I'm thinking now of like I have multiple instances in my brain of me winning and then kids trying to beat me up because of it. I feel like maybe I was
can't handle your greatness.
Or they're
Sore
sore
losers,
yeah.
I was not remotely, nor am I even today, competitive. I'm not a competitive person. I'm doing my own thing. I don't care. Well, can you? Who will be the one that gets the? I don't know. You can have it. I've always been like that.
I've moved on from that point in my life too.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like I'm with you now. I do not like competition now.
Yeah. Well, I was like that as a kid, and but I liked karate because it was just something like cool
Solo activity
that I could learn. Yeah. And I liked everyone in the class. It wasn't like I wanted to be on my own. And it was actually that actually made me leave it. What really made me leave? I mean, I got tired of that one fucking kid, but
yeah,
whatever with that. But I was in they would, after so many months, you'd go to try out for the belt. Like, okay, you've been training this. Okay, let's get our yellow belt. Okay, then you get our green belt, orange belt, whatever. And I did that for so long. I mean, I must have done it a year or two at least. But then something happened where I had to, or I was sick, or I don't remember what happened, but I missed a bunch of them. And then when the belt came, it was like, you can't do that. You have to like stay behind and do it next time that it's open. And so I was like a belt behind everyone else in the class.
Oh no.
And it was like, okay, everyone's going to learn this. Oh, Rocco, and they would like put me in a corner and they would like try to catch me up, and it just was never fun again. You know what I mean? It was like, because I missed those.
Right.
It was with the rest of the class.
Yeah, it was like, they're all advanced. Oh, you don't know how to jump. So, it was just stuff like that. And they would take me in the corner like I was an idiot, and like, and they were just trying to catch me up. It's fine, but I just was like, never mind. I just gave. Yeah, I didn't have the drive to like. If I'm not going to catch up, then I don't want to do it.
There is a lot of
that was it for me.
Do you remember like getting in trouble for being late to things? I won. Yeah. I remember like being late to like, I forget, like a practice, and the coach like taking on me. It's like my fucking parents made me. I'm not driving. Like, why am I being yelled at for like this shit? Like,
they finally kicked me out of middle school for being tardy every day, and they had this whole conspiracy theory like, we know you're like hanging out in the park next to the school when you should be here. And it's like, my parents drive me to school and drop me off. Like, where are you getting this from? They actually pulled me into the office and I'm like, if you're late, I was late like 5 or 10 minutes every day. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes at most. Over the course of the year, they said like, if you're late for 30 more minutes, you're going to have to repeat whatever it was, 7th grade or whatever, which was psycho. So I got in trouble for being late, but again, like you, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah. That happened to me once because they in our high school. Remember, they would send you to lockdown.
Oh yes,
lockout. They didn't do that anymore.
No, they got rid of lockout.
Anything that sucked when we went to high school, they got rid of.
They did, right?
I know.
Book talks, those are done. Ugh.
Yeah,
but
lockdown. I forgot. about that.
If you were late, they would go you go to lockdown, and it was like they would just they'd lock you in a room with the other late kids,
and you would just sit there and you couldn't do schoolwork.
Yeah,
couldn't do your homework.
Like, this is only like harming my school.
You sat there and stared at a clock.
Yeah,
for the hour, because you were. I mean, seriously, the bell rings. You walk in the door. It just rang. Go to lockout. It's like I was okay, but like you just missed out the whole fuck. Oh. That to me was, I was walking to school, and if I ever heard that bell before I got there, I'm like, I'm turning around going home. Like, fuck this.
Seriously, what's the point? Lockout. Like, what? Oh, okay. You don't get to learn today. Well, then I'll be later next time, or I just won't come. It's like.
It's a public school system's way of trying to condition you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it was dumb. Well, I never went once. I never went one time.
I remember that trick though. If you missed the bell, fuck lockdown. I'm gonna ditch now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna ditch.
I mean, I used to tell people, like friends of mine, like, hey, if you get lockout, just go to my dad's house. He
was right there.
Yeah, doors unlocked. Just walk in and hang out for the hour, play some Mario Kart.
Or sometimes, do you ever do this? If you had a friend in your class and you just didn't want to go, you'd be like, let's just go to lockout. Let's just walk straight there. Like, fuck going to class.
Yeah.
Seriously,
because if you don't want to go to class, they're going to send you to this other place anyways, so just go to the other. You have an option, right?
Yeah.
So lockout, genius move.
I'm bringing it up because there was one time I was very late, and what you were saying reminded me of this, Derek. But I was very late to my biology class, and I walked in, and they were like, "Yo, Rocco, you're like 20 minutes late. Like, come on. What is there a reason?"
Yeah.
And I just went, talk to my dad about this. I don't know. He didn't do it. Was the same thing. It was like, I don't drive here. My dad drove me straight here, and he wouldn't. And I just was so pissed off about it. They went, and hey, to her credit, she was like, I'm not going to argue with that. And I sat back down and what's that?
Let you stay?
Yeah, totally fine. I was like, I don't know. My dad rolled out of bed 2 seconds before. I hate it too. Talk to him.
You were already pissed off.
And everyone in the class was laughing so hard they just went, hey, you know what? You got a point. Go ahead and sit down. And it's like, all right.
Yeah.
But I never went to lockdown. I was really late another time because a class made us run all the way. We were, there was a nature trail near our high school.
Yeah.
But it was like a couple miles away. And I did something in biology. We broke into groups. Like, oh, this group, you're going to go here and do this. You're going to go here. And the group that I got put in is like, you're going to run to the trails and run back. And they were like, just so you know, that's like 3-point-something miles. So if that's going to work, but if that really won't work for you, then we'll figure something out. And I was like, well, I should get the exercise, I guess. Well, when that class ended, the bell rang and I was still like across the fucking freeway. I wasn't even near the school, and it was time for the next class. And it's like, yo, this teacher miscalculated this. I have to run all the way back to another 1.5 miles. And the bell is going off. Like, I don't know. And so, yeah, I was like halfway through the next class when I got there. And they were like, whoa, Rocco, like, you missed half the class. And I was like, yeah, the biology teacher sent me to a river. And anyway, and they were threatening to lock me out. And I told them that. And they were like, well, stay here and we'll investigate this. And yeah, later they were like, hey, sorry we yelled at you. That is ridiculous. They made you walk to a river. And then,
nature trail.
Like, in the middle of school, you were like lost in the woods. And the bell rang. It's like, yeah, you weren't even near the school. They were like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like, okay.
I'm trying to think of, Rocco, what fucking the Padre Dam? Is it, where
yeah, I don't know how Rocco got in that class because I was a year behind you guys. And I remember that was like a 2-hour special.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be a genius kid / athlete to take that class because you were jogging to Mission Trails.
Yep.
Which was like 3 miles away from the school, and then doing research in the water there, and then jogging back.
That is so far away from the school. That's insane.
That's what I did. I lost a lot of weight that year.
Yeah.
I was working out a lot, and I just took it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it because, I want to, like, lose weight and do all that, whatever. So I did it, but it was like, I was so late for school after that no one would say shit. So we'd be out collecting fucking water samples in some creek. And then it's like, oh, by the way, the other class is starting now. What? I'm in my gym clothes in the middle of wilderness.
Right?
Don't be late to AP European history. I'm in sweat shorts in the middle of a field. Like, what?
Oh my god.
So yeah, I would. I had some arguments about that, and they were like, all right, we'll give you more of a warning. Okay.
In my high school, there was a nature trail kind of thing. Like, it was blocks away, but an undeveloped hillside where they would have us go do shit like that. Go get some samples or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember me and my friends all just realized, like, yo, this is like about as far away as the Arco is. Let's go to the AM/PM and get a soda and some hot Cheetos while everyone's fucking around up on the hillside.
Yeah, some samples for you.
Yeah, we would just come back and grab a little roadside gravel. Yeah, we got our sample and then hide the Cheeto wrapper.
Yeah, dude. The supermarket sampled the snacks, just like we started the show.
Well, I was in a gym class where they had us run through, like, hey, we're going to leave the school and run through a whole neighborhood and stuff. It was like, okay. Yeah, and we'll just follow along. And we're going to run the whole time. Like, we're going to make sure everyone keeps at a good pace so that you never stop running. And I'm like, oh yeah, never stop running.
Oh, wow. You don't know my 10-minute mile.
And we went through this neighborhood, and it's like, dude, like, I'm spent. Like, I can't do this anymore. And we were real close to Shawn's house.
That's right.
And I'm like, well, I think one little turn here, and I'm going to be making a pit stop. And, man, I did that, and the gym teacher was right there. Oh, hey, Rock. Oh, you must have got lost. Here, I'll run with you. And he stayed with me the whole rest of the class to make sure I kept running the whole time. And he didn't leave my sight the whole time. He was on me the whole time, and it was like, yeah, cool, great.
Because Rocco, I did the same thing, and it was you guys, it was fucking perfect because the run starts and the first quarter mile, all of a sudden, it's my house. And then the very last bit of it is like the backside of my house.
Yeah.
Because my backyard was the high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I would just sneak off into my house, hang out, play Mario Kart, and then I put some water on my face, wait for it to hear the sound of them running behind my backyard, and just go through the gate and just go. And I was with them again. No one knew. It was perfect.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was aiming to do, and
Didn't work out.
then that gym teacher was on my shit, and he kept saying there was one thing that gym teacher kept saying. He had a phrase over, and he said it again, and it pissed me off. He said, "Come on, we all want to get in shape. We want stomachs of steel, not tummies of tin."
What?
He said that all the time.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, I'm fine with a tummy of tin, you motherfucker.
What does it mean?
In junior high though, I just want to say in junior high though was where I did have that strategy, and it worked because there was where we all would change into our gym clothes, locker room, I guess that's what they call it. Had to invent the term there.
Showers.
But that was in a position where I realized, I could just dip in there while everyone's running laps, and actually no one would see it.
You had your Game Boy Micro.
No, it was just straight up original Game Boy.
Oh shit.
And so that was where I played Link's Awakening all the time. It would be like, all right, and go. All right, I'm in there, Game Boy for the next hour. Okay.
I had a coach at our high school, a PE coach, and I actually really liked him. He was a really nice guy. And there were a lot of like shithead kids in my PE class. Thought they were so cool, kind of like bad kids, whatever. And for whatever reason, I love this coach. He did this thing to the class. He's like, "Hey, I'll tell you what. I like to play basketball. If anybody in here wants to challenge me to a one-on-one game of basketball at any point this semester, you can.
Yeah.
If you beat me, you get an instant A+ in the class."
Whoa.
And I think like maybe 3 or 4 kids took him on. And I'm thinking like, this guy must be really good at basketball because who would lay down? This has got to be a gimmick.
Yeah.
It was so funny to watch him just like rule these kids with no remorse. These like 14-year-old kids who thought they were hot shit, like, this guy's old, I'm gonna fucking waste him. He would stuff the ball in their face. He would swipe it out between their legs, just embarrass them. He would just straight up embarrass them. He was the nicest guy, but then it'd be like, "Oh, you want to do a one-on-one game for an A+? All right, let's go." Boom! Relentless.
He'd probably get in trouble today for doing that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
During this whole lockdown thing, I had to go pick up Beckett's like locker stuff because he like left it because he didn't know school was gonna be ending when he left.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I had to walk back into a middle school locker room for the first time since fucking middle school.
Oh God.
And the feeling I had just walking in there was like, oh. They still had computers by the showers.
Why do they still store computers in the
Why?
showers?
That was still there.
Mine did that too.
Everyone did
Everyone did it. It's still like
Why?
it was just newer versions of the computers.
They're storing more computers.
I don't know why that's storage still. It was like going back in time. It was fucking
Wow.
weird. The smell of it was like, oh yeah, this is what this is fucking like. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Does it look like big, or was it like, wow, everything's a lot smaller
No,
now?
it was honestly, it was bigger than
More vast.
than I remembered. Yeah.
See, that's interesting. When I drove by my old neighborhood, old neighborhood. Like you guys never went there,
Yeah.
but fairly recently I was in the area. I was like, I'm going to check that out, and it was 10 times smaller than I remember. It was like I remember being in like a big neighborhood, big house, and it was like everything was compact.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
like,
you were tiny.
yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
it. I was like, whoa, this place was huge
So
when I was
weird,
a kid. Everything at the last place I moved from, that we filmed a lot of version
Yeah.
1 and 2 and most of 3 at. That's the same size. I drive by that. It's the same size.
Yeah,
I
that- yeah,
remember.
that's- yeah.
But it really is comically like different at the
Yeah.
other place. Anyway,
How funny.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. But school, I don't know how I would feel if I was there.
Yeah. I mean, it was a different locker room. I mean, I'm sure it was just bigger, but it was still a weird situation.
Yeah, perpetual cloud of Axe body spray overhead. That's how mine was. It was just constant spray deodorant like clouds. It was terrible.
That baby powder smell.
But better than no deodorant, I guess. And my locker number 64.
What?
That number has followed me my whole life.
Dude, it's like lost shit.
Seriously, I'm really not joking. Everywhere I would always see 64. I remember when Nintendo 64 got announced, I was like, wow, that number again. Even then, and then I got Locker 64, and then I remember getting a 64 on a test. Not a good thing. And all these things kept happening, and I talked to this guy, my friend on AIM picked the name Mega64 on, AOL Instant Messenger, and all these things kept happening. And so it just made sense later.
What does the I Ching say about the 64th day?
What?
Are we in? It's some numerology stuff, Shawn. It's very new age. The I Ching? I don't speak Chinese.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying to me.
Retrograde. We're in retrograde.
The only I Chings I know about are the teachings of Jesus Christ. If you're going to bring that fake ass bullshit in here, get the hell out.
That's right. The only one thing you need to know, and that is treat others how you wish to be treated. Old JC got it right.
Somebody asked in the chat if we had Domino's at school. Did they have Domino's pizza at school? Didn't they offer that at some of the carts?
They did, yeah. They had Domino's and Arby's.
And Jack in the Box.
Yeah, we could get Jack in the Box burgers at those stands. And I always thought that was kind of surprising. I never did that.
I didn't have any of those restaurants. My high school had Taco Bell.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Felix
so
High.
I would always, I was the poor kid who always would wait for the day after because they still had leftovers of that, and I would buy the old soggy Jumbo Jacks for $1.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the shit.
I did that with the Arby's sandwiches.
Yeah, me too.
But
yeah,
I remember kind of feeling like, and again, like, I don't know. I wasn't a health nut, but I also wasn't. I was conscientious. I was, even though I was a big kid, and I didn't have the best diet. I was still like, I don't know. I was still cautious of things, and I always kind of thought it was weird. There was so much that like fast food was around kind of a lot in that space, and I remember I always brought food. I had I would have a sandwich and then like some little like applesauce and whatever. That's pretty much what I had every day. But I was always surprised, like they just have Jack in the Box burgers here, and the next I think a lot of that did get pulled.
Yeah, they got rid of it because
and
not good.
Do you think that's a good thing? Like,
yeah,
probably is, right?
I never would have eaten Arby's in my life if they didn't serve it in school because I fucking hated Arby's, but it was the best option on Tuesdays.
And you know what?
So I would eat Arby's, and I would never, I've never gone since.
I'm trying to think. My parents never made me a lunch or anything like that for like, I don't know.
I got $2
I don't think I ate. Like I had like $2 that like I would get in change, and I would like either get like I'm gonna get a soda and a cookie today, and that's all I had for the whole day.
I did the same thing, Shawn. I just took advantage of my metabolism throughout high school because I got $2 a day. Yeah, and I bought Dr. Pepper and Little Debbie products.
Dude, look at
like my mom would give me like $20 for the week and be like, spend it on whatever you want, food, hanging out with your friends, like whatever.
Wow.
Whoa,
oh, I didn't know that.
That's sick.
Sick.
Looking at like what the menu is now at the high school, like I can check. There's an app I can look and see all my kids' schools and what they're eating. It's like gourmet shit that like they're fucking living the life of luxury right now. It's so nice. Wow. They have like options. Like, do you want the chicken Caesar salad, or do you want this vegetarian option, or do you want this crazy awesome burger, or like wings? Oh, so lucky.
And do they still offer free lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I think you have to qualify for it.
Yeah, I didn't always buy. I mean, I would buy lunch maybe like once a week as like a, hey, they're gonna have this. Okay, I'll do that. Whatever. Maybe or my parents always would make my lunch when I was a kid. But if they didn't, maybe like one day a week. Hey, on this one day they have pizza. You're good with pizza, right? Once a week, that's not a big deal. But I just think back to grade school. Even in high school, it was all that fast food we were talking about.
Yeah.
But even in grade school, the daily lunch, man, it was all pizza, burger, taco. It really kind of wasn't very healthy.
No.
That's interesting. I don't know.
They definitely.
Do you guys remember chili chips and cheese?
Yes.
Place I went every Tuesday. I went to like 2 elementary schools, and chili chips and cheese just seemed to be the standard every year, every Tuesday.
Yep.
The menu would change. Chili chips and cheese was always there.
Yep. Well, one thing that we had at our school that I feel like no one else did, and after a while people were like, yo, stop, was, and again, out of all the things that changed, chili chips and cheese stayed. You're right. But we had taco boats.
Oh, I remember
Did you have a
that.
taco boat?
Yeah.
That one was the like, yo, you lost.
What's a taco
meal.
boat?
They would. I didn't know until I stepped up one day and I went, "A taco boat sounds good." What's
like a taco salad.
Is it a boat of tacos?
Yeah.
They would. It's like a shell of a plate, like taco shell.
Yeah.
It's but it was almost like
a bowl. They
plate.
sell those. Yeah.
And
Taco
I'm telling
bowl.
you, like ice cream scoop of like this meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Nope.
That was.
That was
No sour
it.
cream, no
it
tomato.
was like, this cannot be serious.
Oh, fuck.
And when kids had to, it was like, oh, I forgot food at home, or oh, I didn't whatever. And it was on taco boat day. It was like, fuck.
Do you remember?
All right. And then after like a year or two, that was like, all right, get rid of it.
At my school, it was a big deal when all of a sudden they got the bag of milk instead of a box of
Yeah,
milk.
same here.
You'll be happy to
Breast
know bag
implant,
of milk
dude.
is still a thing. We're still doing the bags
How
of
many
milk.
breast implant jokes did
You
your
were there
school
for the
make? 'Cause
changeover.
mine-
Several.
I know because it's milk too.
Dude, all the guys that I would
They
hang
would
out with
pierce
in
it
like
and
fifth
squeeze
grade.
the milk out like this.
Oh man, it was great.
I like that you guys are still laughing at the things you thought were funny when you were 9.
Yeah,
never
man.
changes.
We were. Hey, I'm just realized that we were funny as hell, and still are.
I remember kids, squirting them out.
Let me tell you, the bag
Wow.
of milk. I did not
Yeah.
like the bag of milk.
That's
To
funny.
me, just give me the damn carton so I could drink it. The bag was not good for eating, but for comedy, oh man, slam dunk.
For war.
Probably even funnier now. Let's get some bags of milk on this show.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
they
Show
still
people how it's
have that
done.
in my kids' school. It's bags of milk still. So yeah, we get those.
Oh my god.
And do you ever say that to compliments? So, yo, girl, you look like a bag of milk.
I never said that. Never said that.
In Canada,
USDA
all their
certified.
milk is in bags.
What? Like
It-
gallons?
Yeah. The thing that you do is if you have milk or you regularly have it in your fridge,
Yeah.
you have a pitcher for that, like a container
You put the bag
for
in.
that. And when you buy it, you get the bag and you cut it and
What?
that's it. And then that's how you do it there.
They don't do the.
I want to see
the
a gallon
carton.
bag of milk. I want to see that.
I mean, I guess not everyone does that, but
Well,
not
you
in
know
British
what?
Columbia.
I don't like milk, so there's that.
I like it. I love milk. I like a glass of milk sometimes I like it, but I don't have that as like a regular.
Sure.
As a kid, I think I had that with dinner every day.
Yes, my parents were big on that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
you
You
know
know
what?
That turned me
I
off
would have
a
a
bit.
I'll
glass
tell
of
you
milk.
that.
Can I let you guys in on a secret? I would have a glass of milk with dinner every day too to hide my vegetables in because the milk is thick. You
Oh.
drop your veggies in there, nobody knows.
Oh, you get until they empty the glass out.
Well, he would do
Oh, I
it.
empty the glass out when I'm done.
Smart.
That's
Brilliant.
That's the trick.
Brilliant.
Kids are so smart.
No,
You
but
know
I-
what? It's funny. Kids also think they're so smart, but like my kids get caught doing things that I did all the time. It's like they just didn't think that I would do this, or like, I mean, one of the kids a long time ago like took the broccoli and then went to the bathroom all of a sudden and they flushed the toilet and it's like, you just flushed that broccoli down the toilet? I'm like, no, and it's like, yeah, I did that. Of course you did. Of course you did that.
Yeah, I could smell a stinker.
Yeah, I know what you did.
Don't kid a kid.
Now here's more broccoli.
I would leave it on my plate, and my parents, when I was a real little kid, were chain smokers. They smoked a lot. They were addicted to cigarettes. I begged them to stop, and eventually they did. But it's weird to think about now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
man, no, but they were on the same routine, and they would eat dinner. They would always finish theirs first, and they would go outside to have a cigarette every night. The same routine.
Oh, so when they went outside.
And as soon as they left,
Oh.
I would wrap it in the paper towel and then put it in the trash. Some of the if it was there were certain veggies I could endure
yeah.
that I didn't like, but I'd eat them. But there were some that it was like I just didn't like the way I hated broccoli. Now I know there's ways to do it where it's good, but the way that they did it, it was gross to me. Whatever, and I would wrap it and I'd put a paper towel on top of the trash so you couldn't see it. And then there was one day that my parents were out smoking. And they were like, "Hey, Rocco, come out here with us." I was like, you want me to hang out with you or you smoke a cigarette? Like, what is that? And then they were out there and my dad had this just greasy paper towel, and he said, "This look familiar?"
Oh,
And it was
no.
like, "Oh no!"
Your dad must. I can see the grin on his face as he gets to present it to
Yeah,
you.
this look familiar?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, getting caught as a kid.
Yeah, that I was like.
There was a
ready to
time
die.
where I had to pee so bad, and then Luke was using the bathroom. My dad was using the other bathroom, so I was like, "Fuck! I don't know what to do." So I started peeing in the kitchen trash can.
What the fuck?
Not the sink.
I
Use the
know.
sink.
Hey, you guys,
No.
you tell me this now. I know, but I was peeing in the trash can, and all of a sudden, it was, "What are you doing?" It was my dad caught me peeing in the trash can.
No.
It was like the worst. Like, I don't know.
Wait, it's so funny. I want to like reprimand, like, oh, come on. Why would you not pee in a damn toilet? And literally just a day ago, we talked about how bad the toilet was at our old studio.
Oh my god.
We got it fixed eventually, but there was a point for a while where pressure was not good. Like you'd flush a toilet and you couldn't use the bathroom again for an hour.
Yeah,
It was an hour of
and
flush.
that kept happening to us, and no one could. There was some snafu where they couldn't fix it. There was something going on where we couldn't fix it. And Shawn was like, "Yep. How many times did you guys go and piss behind a bush?" Yeah, there was like
many
one
times.
shrubbed area outside of our studio, and it was like I don't know what else to do. Fuck it, and we just pissed back there.
I peed
So
back
much.
there so many times.
Yeah.
So
I
many
would.
times.
I'd be
did that
leaving the
too.
old studio and I'd lock up everything and then go like, "Oh, I forgot I have to pee before I leave." Well, it's 2 a.m. and
Yeah.
there's no one out here.
Yeah.
That was a good bush.
I still go piss in that bush, just for old time's sake.
Yeah,
Drive
we should
by
go back
there.
tonight.
Eric says
Piss
he pissed in
mine.
the trash can, so that was
Trash can.
He's
That
the
bush
dad
is
said.
cooler, I think.
Yeah, don't piss in the.
I think once I did piss in like a container because I thought that'd be cleaner, and then I put it. But it was a whole like.
Views
Yeah.
iced tea.
It was a
kinda
whole.
thing.
I got an apparatus I got to take care of now.
Well,
No.
The sink made sense, but that was too tall for me, and then I didn't want to go outside because it was scary because it was dark. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I got a trash can here. Let's pee in."
Now if the bathroom's taken, I just piss in a drawer in my desk. I just
yeah,
There you go.
slosh it around.
yeah.
Well, I think I need to use the bathroom after all this talk. Maybe have to wrap this up because
Yeah, I could go.
yeah.
Hey,
for
everyone
a
watching
bush.
this, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching. Check out. I do want to, always got to plug something, but I want to let you guys know about patreon.com/Mega64. If you're watching this, we did put up a new movie club. Sorry, where we watched Night of the Hunter, a classic
Old school
movie from the 50s. That you may have missed, and we talk at great length about it. But we also debuted the next round of gifts for the next gift package.
Oh,
that's coming
yeah.
to patrons. They turned out really good. We got a tote bag, a water bottle, all kinds of stuff that I think you guys will really like. So make sure that you didn't miss that. Patreon.com/Mega64. And next week, I'm sure we'll have. I've been hearing there's some good stuff in our P.O. box.
Ooh.
And we'll need to pick that up,
Okay.
and check that out. So we'll do that next time.
Love that.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching. And we're going to be working on some fun stuff this week. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You can look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Good night.